I would have lost fairly.
Oh, fair enough.
Like if I knew someone actually beat me physically, and I put my hands up and I'll say I lost.
So you're saying because
you
knew you won the fight?
Yeah, because I don't like to scream the word robbery and stuff like that because it's been sour, you know, and I'm not like that. So yeah, it hurts that what happened and stuff, but I know I'm gonna go on and be better. So I don't care, to be honest. It's just another. If I can't get over these little bumps in the road now, I'll never be able to get past anything. Yeah, it happens along the way. So
what did you take from that fight? That like, because you rocked him, man. I don't know what round it was.
The 5th round and then the bell went.
You rocked him. Oh, that's where the bell went.
Yeah.
You rocked him with a crazy haymaker, man. You were gone, but then the bell went, didn't it? Saved by the bell.
What happened was I took the fight after a year being inactive. I won't get no fights for the whole year, and not to mention another man, but obviously he got 3 fights in that time.
Yeah.
And I just took the fight because nobody else wanted it. It was a very easy fight to make.
Right.
Apparently he was meant to knock me out in 2-3 rounds, but I said you can't paint me with the same brush as you paint all these other guys. So I took the fight. I've only done 6 rounds before. They haven't even been like competitive or anything. So went in there. My first 10-round fight, I was just getting better as it went on, and didn't even get a chance to finish the 10th.
So you felt like you were just getting into it, breaking each. Fair enough. I mean, what was the reason for the inactivity? Why was
it just opportunity?
No
I stayed
fights.
in the gym. Do you want to come in?
No, I'll be following your social media. You're always like in the gym, like grinding. And I think it was Amin Jahanzeb's recent interview. He's up in Colorado.
Yeah.
Looks in great shape, training hard, and looks like the kind of everyone was is renowned to known.
Yeah.
But it's because he's training hard. What about yourself? Do you like train all year round, or do you just do it like
all year
pre-fights all year round?
It's real athletes, and if you're true sportsman, you train all year round. Some people just train when they got fights and they don't work. You know what I mean? So you got to just be in the gym all the time. But I live it, you live it, and you can't cheat it,
Yeah, and you've got a flamboyant style as well. I mean, what kind of boxers was like inspired you?
To be honest, I really grew up watching Roy Jones.
Yeah, because you see that in your style a little bit when you're moving around the ring and stuff.
Yeah, because he's my favourite all-time fighter, do you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't mean to copy anyone. Like, I watch a lot of fighters, I study a lot of boxing, and I take little things what I think can work, and I just mix them. And whatever comes out, that's whatever I do, to be honest. I don't try to be like anyone, to be honest.
Yeah, so you say Roy Jones, any others?
Muhammad Ali, of course.
Who's your top 5? I mean, come on, let's just
top 5.
They've got bare munchies here, but they've got Hershey's. Shout out to the people that have got all these munchies here, man.
I have to be careful, man. My nutritionist.
Oh, your nutritionist will be on.
Yeah, his nutritionist is going to be on him. So, do you think that you coming into the conversation, interjecting, just making sure that things are running smoothly in the background? Would you say that the fight came too early in your career?
No, I say I was ready for it time ago, because if it came too early, you would have seen it in the fight itself.
Okay.
You would have said you weren't ready.
Yeah.
And obviously I would have admitted if I weren't ready, So.
Yeah, actually,
I stay in the gym all year round. I know I'm ready for all these because I spar top guys, top champions, all year round. So it's not.
So what is it? What is it that? What do you think it is that didn't go in your favor? Other than the ref's decision, obviously the referees, the panels, not the refs, sorry, it's the
judges.
The judges, the panel, they didn't.
Normally when you fight,
but the ref didn't stop the headbutts. Sorry, he didn't stop the headbutts basically 3 times, and it was clash of heads 3 times. The referee should have warned him or doctor.
He had a big gash, didn't he?
To be honest, in it all, right. If you ever have an injury in a fight, a doctor comes to the ringside and he checks it. No doctor came. So
why? Who do you think it was being dictated?
It was clear from the get-go.
But do you think it was being dictated?
Of course.
From the sidelines, from
like that,
ringside.
You already start 3 rounds behind before you even get in the first round. So you got to just go
There's,
out and make the best of it,
we've seen it in the past. It happens.
I know. Like, I always finish very, very strong, and I could see 7, 8, 9. I was coming on strong. I was standing up in my corner earlier. He was known to be a machine, throw 100 punches around, whatever, and you look tired. Yeah. He was getting up 2 seconds before the round started. I was already up 20 seconds before.
What would you change?
What would I change? I'll knock him out this time. That's it. It's plain and clear. I've called him out. I said I want to fight him again. It's clear that they don't want it. So he even had his mum comment on my Instagram posts.
Do you think they'll make that fight again? No.
If it's for something big, then they'll take it.
What was the belt again?
It was a WBC international title. Good belt to have.
Good belt.
But
Good starting belt.
It would have been
very good start. That would have been
because people normally fight for like central area belts and stuff.
British,
not to look down on them,
Commonwealth.
but it's like central area belts. They're all right, but they're not something that you can show off really. Like WBC International.
On your resume would have been.
It would have been good, you know what I mean? But it obviously want my time to have it right now. I won the fight, but I didn't get the decision, and I'm still gonna go on, God willing, and be great either way.
Would you say that? Obviously, we Muslims, Asians who back support are part of your fan base, etc.
Yeah.
Would you say that those that weren't Muslim, Asian,
yeah.
the white community, the black
Yeah,
community, what was their reaction to it?
To be honest,
because you would have got it more than we would have. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody's going to come and tell us in
You know,
that
to
sense.
be
We
honest,
don't
like,
have that sort of
Yeah, true.
Normally
communication.
when people, like, when this sort of thing happens, you only have your own people on your back saying, oh, this, that, the other. But I've had people from everywhere, because my supporters are from actually everywhere. I've got all white, black, blue, red, whatever you want, you know. So I actually brought a lot of people down with me to London.
Yeah.
Black, white, Asian, whatever, you name it, you know. And I want to be not just for one background, I want to be for everybody. And everyone was just saying it.
What was their view? That's what I'm saying. What
everyone
was the
said you just got
opinion of
robbed.
that
Everyone just said you
those
got- everyone
communities?
said robbed.
Generally, in boxing community was.
What about the
the
boxing pundits?
Everyone was saying it. I had world champion, world class coaches on my phone. I don't really want to say any names, to be honest, but I've had people ringing me, messaging me on Instagram, world class as well, and they're saying, I can't believe that.
So
happened."
I mean, I watched it and I thought it was a daylight robbery. I think, from what I remember, you was at least 2 or 3 rounds up ahead of him. At least 2 or 3, where you controlled, you dictated.
Yeah.
He didn't really exert. I think he did try to press forward.
He was more scrappy than anything else, to be honest.
But he resorted to that.
And
when he
like-
realised that your skills and your technical
That I'd make it a
ring
scrappy
ability
fight.
was better,
Yeah.
he could not match that there.
Because I knew how
you
people
resort
seen
to
that fight. I knew how people seen that fight. Because certain few people fought before and they thought, yeah, he's probably just like these guys, and these guys get stopped.
Just
knocked
another
out.
showman who's
That's
come
what I
on,
mean.
doing his thing.
But I told you I live it,
there's
you
not
know.
substance. But like he says, you.
But I guess, you know, when it comes to how you look and how you come across and how well managed you are,
Yeah.
people don't expect you to fight like you do. They expect you to be some ghetto rat. You know what I mean? And be bad mannered and, you know.
Guys, I just want to remind people. I think maybe the start of the podcast, some people may have missed. Please share the link on your WhatsApp group. Share it on social media. Share it via text
Blast
message.
it
Just
out
get the
everywhere.
word out.
Get it out.
You know, tonight we're here with Amin Jahanzeb, who needs no introduction in our neck of the woods. Not even in the boxing world, because he is making moves. He is getting out there. He's going to be the next big star to come from our community, and he's a positive role model. He's a good role model, and inshallah, there's many more to come from him. Much more to come from him in regards to what he has to bring and offer on the table, be that boxing or be that in life generally. He's got a philosophy, a way of an outlook in the way he sees, the way he wants to move. And on that note, if we was to we started from the most recent, be it all controversial, milestone in your life, in your boxing career. This was, a big moment in your boxing career. I don't want to go on to what's next, but I want to start right from the beginning now. Where did it start? How old are you? When were you born? What was happening? Who brought you into it? Who inspired you? Who gave you your first pair of gloves? And says, right, kid. Or who did you knock out first in the playground that you thought, you know what, I can throw a jab?
Well, basically, I grew up in Girlington, Washington Street.
Wow, yeah,
Right?
around the
So
corner.
I grew up there. I lived there till 2006, before the area started changing stuff and mum and dad moved us out and whatever. I grew up around there, so I went to St. Philip's primary school on Fairbank Road. And in them times, like, there was kids that used to be together like that and used to pick on one kid, used to do this, push each other around. If you can't ever defend yourself, you can have problems wherever you go.
So were you a big lad when you were small? I mean, you're not.
I'm not big. I'm not even big now, but
yeah, I know. But compared to your age group, sometimes you get the lads who are really big, and then you see them after 15 years, and you realise, you know what, they were big then, not now. And then you got others that were.
I was just average, I think. I was just average, and like my mum brought us up. Me and my brother. It was me and my brother at the time. And me and him used to fight a lot at home. You know, you do. You and your brothers. You always scrap. You know what I'm saying?
Elder brother, younger brother.
Younger brother. He looks so. Everyone thinks he's older though, but he's like 2 years younger. Yeah, my brother Isa, who does a lot for me in my boxing and my life just now. And me and him used to scrap all the time. And then My dad got us some boxing gloves. I don't know where they were from, but they were like some big puffy ones like that. You couldn't really hurt each other with them. A kid, you can't really hurt people, to be honest.
Yeah.
And he used to get us to spar the neighbours' kids on Washington Street, like Hassan, so and so. All these other kids that used to live around the area, they used to spar actually in my living room. We all used to swap gloves, so wear some sweaty gloves and just spar. And that's it. You're not allowed to cry. You're not allowed to quit. And that's what my dad was like. He brought us up like that, teaching us how to fight, so and so. I probably entered the boxing gym around 13 years old, to be honest. 13. I was in upper school then. I was just watching Mike Tyson and stuff like that because I've always liked boxing. I played football for a bit, but I never really
got into football.
Yeah, I got into football. I could play. I could have got picked for teams and so, but I wasn't really into it like that. I lost interest because it was just the same thing every time for me. That's just for me. And then
how old are you now?
I'm 25 now.
25.
I've been boxing about over 10 years.
You look a lot younger.
Yeah.
I actually thought you were about 21, 22.
No, 25.
25, not bad.
Someone said half of 50 and...
half century. Yeah, no, it's young,
Yeah.
definitely.
Especially in boxing too, it's young,
boxing,
you know. And
because
I've had less fights and so on, I've got less miles on the clock. That means less punishment, less damage to my body and so on. So
it could also mean less experience.
True.
Yeah.
But I'm gaining it now.
Very good point.
Because a lot of things what happen is some people, when they stay amateur for too long, they can't get out the amateur way. They're only good for 4 rounds.
You were 13.
Yeah.
You got into the ring. You started training.
Yeah.
What was your local gym?
Basically, I went to a gym in town called Round One.
Right. Okay.
It was like at the top of a nightclub. And there's like 1,000,000 steps to go into the gym, broken window, broken floorboard.
Your cardio was already done.
So it's already done, you know. So I had to go to school, finish, come home, get the bus to training. At the time, my mum didn't have a car or anything like that because she was in the middle of doing a driving test and so on. So, and then my dad went around, obviously, then went on a little holiday. So I used to go by myself to the gym at 6 o'clock, finish at 8, get the bus back by myself. My dad took me on my first day and then, get locked up after that. And then I was there by myself. So then, I just started. I wanted to spar. Trainer didn't really teach me too much fundamentals because my dad and sparring the kids on the street already had that kind of way about me. So I knew some of the basics. Were laid. Yeah, they were laid. They weren't perfect, but they were more or less a lot advanced than more kids.
Yeah. To someone who walks in fresh into the gym, into that a formal setting.
Because I was just a little kid. To be honest. I probably weighed about 50 kg or something like that. And in that gym, you used to spar kids who were like 60, 70 kg, 75 kg. And my thing was, just do whatever you're told and just do it. You know what I mean? Then I started boxing, started going by myself, and I had a few amateur fights and things like that. And it kicked off from there. I just loved it. And I kept going.
How many amateur fights?
Yeah.
I had 19 amateur fights, and I won 15, and I knocked about 6, 7 out. Okay. I won a national title under 20s as well. Wow. But what made me go to the professional game was amateur. It wasn't consistent. I was having a few fights a year, barely.
When did you turn pro?
I turned pro at 21, I think.
So 4 years. You've been professional 4 years.
Yeah, I've been professional 4 years now. Time's flown, to be honest.
You've had 11 fights?
I've had 10 fights.
10 fights?
10 fights now, yeah.
In the last 4 years?
Yeah.
That's an average of like
ideally,
two,
I wanted
2.5.
I wanted around 3. I wanted about 3 fights a year, but
3, 4
this past year's been a bit inactive.
With COVID and stuff.
Yeah. Nothing that was in my hands, but obviously.
It is what it is for everyone in the world.
Because to be honest, if I would have stayed at home and cried and felt sorry for myself, no fights, I would have been behind when it come back to training again, and I don't want to have anyone in front of me. So that's what we like, and the team that have surrounded me, like my coach Haroon Headley, Pat Warner, my brother Isa, all these guys help me out 24/7, and it goes beyond boxing, goes beyond business. They're like my family. Everyone's emotionally invested in this. So whether money doesn't come for a year or 2 years or whatever, these guys will still train me the same way. Not like it's happened, but if it were to happen and all this stuff were to shut down today, I'd still have the same guys around me.
So from 13 till 21, you was in the amateur ranks.
Yeah, 13 till about 20, and then I had a hand surgery. I hurt my hand in my last amateur fight.
Okay.
I boxed some kid from the army, and I already had a bad hand 3 fights before that. I think I hit him on top of his head, and my hand just ballooned up, and then I had a surgery on it by a good surgeon who's done it for a lot of good athletes, top boxers and stuff like that. And I thought, you know what? I might as well turn professional. That's what the aim was, because I used to get better after 3 rounds, and in amateurs you only fight 3 rounds.
It's much more hard in amateurs.
And I used to get better, like 4, 5, 6. I could fight 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds. So I thought, why not do that?
You only had 19 amateur fights.
19.
And you
So I
went
learned
to
on the
pro.
job, to be honest, because
Wow.
but I'm glad I learned that way, because you're better off learning in the pro ranks early, fighting learning fights, rather than having a top
when you
amateur career and
started-
fighting. Yeah.
In the amateurs,
Yeah.
what was your boxing style, if you could describe it?
My hands were a bit down, like it was just naturally how I was, and I
Okay.
knocked a lot of people out in amateurs as well.
What's your style now? What did you change? What have you adapted
My style now,
now that you've gone into the pros?
to be honest, all I do is whatever happens on the night, that happens. In the gym, I'm just working the raw basics, because if you perfect the basics, you can't get it wrong. Your style comes, because if I've got one certain style, right, and you're fighting me, but you can fight well against a guy who fights like my style, if I haven't got anything else to show you, you're gonna beat me, aren't you?
Are you
But if
orthodox
I can-
southpaw?
Both.
So you can switch it up
Both,
in
both,
ring
yeah.
at any time.
Yeah, he's from
You gotta be
flamboyant
you,
style, he's got
you
a
gotta
muscle.
be
No,
able
I
to do a
know.
bit of
I want
everything.
the viewers that are watching. I want them to know more. I want them to understand
Yeah.
where it's
Sweet
gone,
science,
how it
innit?
is.
Boxing's a sweet science. That's what they.
People don't understand. People don't understand
boxing fans do.
what it entails.
And
They
that's
think
why
you
the
just
people
go there,
appreciate
fight toe to toe. That's
Yeah,
not. That's
they
just
don't see
fighting.
the hard
You know
work.
what I mean?
The amount of
Boxing's an art. You're supposed to hit and not be hit. So when I'm doing all this, people are like, oh no, he's not. They think that I'm not a proper up close fighter, because why? Because I don't need to do that. If I need to, if I'm in that position, like you've seen in the other fight, I can if I need to. If I don't need to, why make life hard for myself?
So if you've been hit, how would you take that? How do you take that in that moment?
All you can do is just take it. Like in that Louis Lin fight on BT, that was. Do you know what? To be honest, I never really got hit before that in a fight. I've been hit harder in sparring and so on against good fighters and things like that. But under the lights is different. When you spar, you've got 14-ounce gloves on. They're quite heavy. You got head guard on. You're in the gym. You're comfortable. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when you're in a fight, you've got 8-ounce gloves on, and there you can feel your knuckle right through them. You know you can kill someone with them. Do you know what I mean? They feel like some goalie keeper gloves. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, even if you're a non-puncher, you know you can still knock somebody out with them, you know. So under the lights is different, because when I got hit, I was like, this is what I needed.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you really can't take a shot, or you can't take the pressure, you'll crumble under something like that.
Yeah.
But me, like, God strike me down if I'm lying. I wasn't nervous for one bit. I was just so relaxed.
Yeah.
I was actually worried why I was so relaxed. 'Cause I said to my trainer, like, why am I just chilling? You know what I mean? He said, but I said, look, I'm built for this. So when I went there, it was just like another day.
Yeah.
If you think of something too big, it's gonna stay that way. So I just think it as, this is what I want to do. I got to keep doing it to get where I want to be. So
yeah, I think as time goes on, it's a learning process.
yeah,
isn't it,
of course. It's just all I can do is take one fight at a time and keep going.
What's next?
What's next? I'm trying to get a fight for March, just before Ramadan and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I never missed that, of course. I never missed that for anything. So trying to get a fight. Then hopefully there's like 3-4 dates. I'm just waiting to hear something now. I'm trying to probably get out in a good 8-rounder against a tough Mexican or Russian or something like that. That's what we want.
Boxing gyms, were you training at Ingles?
I trained at Ingles for about over a year.
Wow, what was that like?
It was good because I'm used to seeing these guys on TV, and I've seen in real life, like, you know what I mean?
Starstruck.
It's like it don't seem real sometimes, you know. Like,
Starstruck.
even like I've gone to fights and I've seen this guy on TV. Yeah. I'm not gonna run up and mate, this that, but as a fighter you won't do that.
Few boxers,
you know what I mean?
Who's the biggest
biggest
star
there,
you've
Brooks
seen?
there, quite a few. Even
in your
Joshua
life.
comes
When
down
I
there
was
sometimes.
at Ingles, there was Billy Joe Saunders there,
Yeah.
Kid Galahad, Kell Brook, who else were there? A few other guys. No one really like. There was a few guys in and out the gym, you know. Sometimes in the days where I didn't go, more famous fighters showed up. So just one of them things. But I was fortunate to go up to spar with Kid Galahad so many times, and that's where I learnt most of my. I was only 2-0 at the time, so when I sparred him,
he's a nice lad. Galahad.
he's a very good guy,
nice
very
lad,
good guy.
like in Sheffield.
Proper humble guy.
Humble guy, yeah. He just chilled
But
out.
you know what it was? I sparred him when I was only 2-0.
Yeah.
And he was getting ready, you know, before the Josh Warrington fight, he was getting ready for a world title eliminator.
Yeah.
And Dominic Ingle said, "Are you southpaw?"
Right.
But I really wasn't.
Right.
At that time, I couldn't really fight southpaw. But I thought, you know what, this is my chance. I'm just gonna leap in and just see where I can go. I go, yeah.
So you pretended
He goes, yeah. You're gonna spar Barry then, Kid Galahad. That's his name, Barry. So you're gonna spar Barry. I'm like, all right, cool. And I went in there. I was used to staying southpaw for like 2-3 seconds at a time in the amateurs, but then I was doing it for like 6 rounds.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they stopped calling me, and I was like, how come? You know, because I sparred him every week, about 10-12 rounds a week. You know, and They went out to Toronto because obviously he was fighting in New York.
Yeah.
So it's like a short flight from Toronto to New York to get adapted to the times and stuff.
Yeah, time
so,
zones.
Altitude and all that.
and then they called me. And I thought, I've never been on holiday. This is not many people know that. I've never been on holiday. I've never had the chance to go on holiday. I've never been on a plane, except for when I was probably 1 year old or something like that, which obviously don't count.
Yeah.
And then they called me and I thought, my passport's been expired. Do you know what I mean? I've never used it.
It's that bad.
It's that bad, you know. And my boy was like, one of my boys, Dave, he said, get your passport, man. Something might come up. But I think, what's going to come up right now? I was just being realistic. I wasn't thinking down.
Yeah.
I thought, nothing can really come up where I need to fly abroad. And then they asked me, he goes, can you travel? You want to come up to Spa in Toronto? Wow. And then we saw all your flights.
So you went
and
Toronto?
stuff. And I went there. But they was
Did you
already
see the
up
CN
there.
Tower?
I went to CN Tower, yeah.
Did you see how big that is?
Yeah, I was up in the
Freestanding
CN Tower, yeah.
I've been 6 times to Toronto. I've been 6 times to Canada. I've
So
travelled quite a
they
bit.
They called me then and they go, when can you travel out? I said 2 days. So what I did was I went to Liverpool, got the emergency passport, whatever.
Yeah.
But I only got a one-way flight there. So when I got there, obviously I didn't know what I was doing.
But
I got
if you
to the
got a
airport.
one-way flight, then you definitely never travelled. Because you had to get back home, bro.
No, because the thing is, they booked me the one-way flight because I didn't know how long I was going to stay.
Right, okay.
In case they wanted me for longer, in case they didn't want me that long.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I got it. I didn't book it myself. I know.
Oh, so they've obviously arranged.
Yeah, they arranged it. So
sounds like when they do it for me as well, but
So-
not for a fight though.
So when I went there,
for talks.
I was looking out. I was like, I didn't know what to do. Do you know what I mean? And then I went on an airplane.
Good experience, eh?
It was good, but I was
Nice.
by myself, so it's like I had to like man up and just do it, you know. And I went to when I got off the plane and stuff, I got so many messages. Did you go to the toilet? Did you go to the toilet? And I'm like, what do you mean? Did you go to the toilet? What's it to you? Then I realized because when I did go to the toilet, the cubicle's like that big, you know, you can just about fit in it, you know. And I pressed the flush right, and I thought, what the hell's happened here?
And
And I thought, you know what? I've crapped my pants. I thought some hole was in the airplane trying to suck me out of it. And I was like, oh, you know.
first time you've
Yeah.
obviously,
It got me twice though, because once I went back, I went for a nap and I come back and it happened again. And I thought, oh my
yeah,
God.
they have that suction system.
That
It's
scared the
different,
life
yeah.
out. I'm not gonna lie, you know. I thought something happened to the plane. I was like, oh, flipping
Makes
hell.
that noise,
It's gonna
yeah.
suck me out of the plane, you know. So yeah, got there, sparred, went around. But only thing what I didn't like was that I didn't have my brother and a few people around me that was with me at the time. Because I wanted them to enjoy it. Because when I do something, I want my close people to do it with me, you know.
How long were you out for?
I was there for like 10, 12 days, I think. 10 days, yeah. 10 days.
Just straight in the gym and out or was it you had
I
time
was
for
there,
yourself?
I had time settled. I probably sparred on the 4th day that I was there, to be honest.
Oh, that's alright. You had 3
Sparred
days.
then, and then
Whereabouts in Toronto, Mississauga or
in downtown Toronto.
downtown Toronto?
So it was like near 5 minutes from the CN Tower, literally around the corner.
So you were
from
near
there.
the Raptors Stadium, the Toronto Raptors.
There was a stadium there. I don't know what it's
Yeah,
called.
it would
though.
have been the Raptors Stadium. Yeah.
He's been 6 times only before.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I've
Yeah,
been
there
once,
was.
yeah.
It was nice.
I've got all the
It's a big
locations,
city,
you know, on my
know.
phone where I took all the
It's a
pictures.
big city, you know.
Very big.
A lot of lights.
But I made some contacts out there now. So if I go back, I know which boxing gyms to go to. Know my way around a little bit.
Good.
So I'm happy that I went, and it was a wonderful experience. Like opened my mind, because people over here, they live in a little bubble sometimes. If they haven't been out, of course you've been everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
a lot of people they only think down here, and they think, oh, it's like
This is life.
This is
This
life.
is the world.
Manningham Road, Audi, flipping RS3. That's life. That's it.
That's it. They don't see.
No offense
beyond.
if you have got one, but I'm just saying.
No, but it
people
is,
think
you're
that.
right. You've got to travel.
But then when I went out
opens.
there, I think my mind just opened up so much. I'm like, I
There's
want to do
another-
more
the
of
big
this.
world. Yeah.
I didn't know there was this much to the world, you know. And then ever since then, I'm like, that's it, level up now. Everything I'm gonna do, I want to be out here. I want to go there. I want to go there.
I'm 32 now.
Mm-hmm.
I had been Umrah about 3 times up until 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So I was 23.
Yeah.
And I'd been Umrah, I think 3 or 4 times by then. And I'd been to Pakistan once, which I vaguely remember for my mamu's wedding and stuff. Aside from that, I had never travelled.
Yeah.
So you're right, but I had already experienced getting out of Bradford because I worked in London at the age of 19 till 22. So I lived out there, had to alone, no family, no mum, dad, nobody, just on my own. Go, you're an imam in a big masjid, blah blah blah. Done that,
Barking
came.
was-
It was
Barking,
in Barking, East London, yeah. And then came back, and then some brothers in South Africa had heard that mother's speech.
Yeah.
Oh, we want to get you over. Sent me an email. I still remember how clearly I sent it. I looked at it. I was like, whoa. South Africa. I said, you can't be real, man. Send me your Instagram. I want to see if you're real.
Wow.
When I went and seen, the guy was actually genuinely real. He was ready to, he goes, we're ready to book your ticket. Tell us your availability. Told him that, right, it's done. You're coming out. Go home, tell me, Mum, I'm going South Africa. Never been in my life. One of
You
the
go by yourself?
On my own. I've always travelled alone. Very rarely have I had a companion when I've gone on my tours.
Yeah.
So I went South Africa, and since 2013 till now, 2021, 8 years. I've been 6 times South Africa.
Yeah.
I've been to Malawi. I've been to 6 times Canada, but not just Toronto. I've been to Vancouver.
Yeah.
I've been to Calgary. I've been to Alberta. I've been to all these areas. I've been to America 3 times.
Yeah.
I've been to Europe about 4, 5, 6 times. Holland, Spain, And I'm going to America in February now for another set of talks in California.
That's where I want to go, man. That's
Cali's where it is,
You know
man.
what I was gonna say?
You know when you go to
for
America,
boxing,
you realize it's like the movies.
You know what I wanted to do? I want to go to California, and I want to go
Especially
to
the
New
boxing,
York as well.
Yeah.
For boxing mainly though. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but 'cause
It's a 9-hour flight from New York to California. Cali's West Coast,
Yeah.
New York's East Coast, and it's coast to coast.
Yeah.
So I landed in San Francisco, then I went to Yuba City, which was like an hour and a half, 2-hour drive. Where I'm going now is Hayward. So it's near Stockton,
Okay,
Nick
yeah,
Diaz
I
and these
yeah,
guys.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not far from there. It's like an hour from there.
Yeah.
So it's on the Bayside, the Bay Area. So
Nice out
my
there.
point is, when you go out, you see the world differently.
Yeah.
You start to travel. You know, I've been Turkey, I've been Dubai, been all these countries, whatever. So many times in the last 8 years, I've traveled so much. I must have traveled more internationally abroad than locally, and I've traveled loads locally as well over the years. But you've got to get out.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's
And
all
now
I'm
that
doing
when you get a moment to go have a holiday, you and Nisa book it, bro. You go, take your
Yeah.
mum, go, you go chill,
That's
bro.
what we're gonna do.
Because you're
Only
gonna
thing is,
get
I've
into
been
that.
only things when you got priorities, you've been taking care of this, that, the other. It's like times where I've think, you know what, I'm gonna go on holiday this time, and then something comes up. Then I got to take care of this. Then I got to take care of that. And when you're man of the house, there's a lot you got to do.
Absolutely.
Me and my brother, we help out a lot. We do a lot, you know.
Yeah, you can't just leave that and walk off.
Yeah,
and,
so I'd
and
feel
say,
bad.
"I'm gonna go
I'd feel
have a-"
bad if I ever went somewhere and left problems back home, and you know what I mean. So I always want to take care of everything, make sure everything's stress free. There's enough of everything at home. Then I can
For
go
me
and
to
relax.
take a break and move out.
And then I got to make sure what's going on in my boxing, because I always put that first. You know, I missed out on so many. Well, not missed out. I chose boxing over everything. So like even like when it was Eid, I was in Scotland. I was sparring Kash Farouk.
Wow.
I missed Eid as well for that.
As in, you did Eid, but you didn't Eid not with your family.
No, I was literally. I tried to find a mosque out there, but turns out the day I got there, on the night, they've already done Eid namaz on that same day early. So when I went there, ringing all these mosques and stuff, and I couldn't even understand the accent, to be honest. When I looked at some Asian or black guy with a Scottish accent, I'm like, what are you about? I've never seen that, do you know what I mean? So it's like, I've never seen it. So it's like speaking to like when I sparred Kash Farouk, he was a good boxer. Unfortunately, he had to retire for some medical reasons. But when I sparred him, and I was talking to him a few times, and I couldn't understand what people were saying, you know.
Yeah, it's difficult.
And then,
When
someone has a strong accent, especially when you're looking at an Asian guy, you expect him to sound a certain way.
Yeah.
But it was like, you know.
When they're like, it's fantastic. You're like, wait, what did he say? What's going on there?
That's what I mean. And I stayed out there, and now I just want to. I do definitely want to travel now.
I think America for yourself, John, would be the ideal place.
The best boxers are out there, man.
Yeah, the
best boxers out there.
The best boxers.
I've got a real, you know, my trainer though that I've got now, my boxing coach.
Yeah.
He's way above and beyond all these other coaches that are here right now.
Wow.
That's what we're just showing people now. We're putting it together. We're building it, you know.
Yeah.
And he's more advanced because a lot of British guys, they train the same. A lot of British coaches down here, they all train the same. They fight the same, you know. And that's why they go American. They get beat.
Yeah.
A lot of them do. Not say everyone. A lot of them do. So we want to be advanced. We want to be above everyone before we even start taking the harder fights, you know. So we are going to do something like that. But
Who's your pound for pound number one right now?
right now, I say Crawford.
I mean, Khan's out there with him.
Yeah.
They were bowling the other day.
He's training very hard, you know, his Khan, mate. He's looking very good. Very good. I'm predicting good things for Khan this fight.
Well, I spoke to Harry last night. He actually rang me. He rang me and he goes, look, Imah, it's been a while, let's chat. So we were just chatting, and it came up to, we got to the point where we talk about Amir and stuff, and he says, I don't know, they're saying it might be cancelled, you know, the fight.
Right?
It's sold out, but because of the COVID and stuff, But I mean, that's what he's saying. Possibly is being discussed, or I don't know. I mean, he's actually mentioned that, but I can't see a reason why.
This stuff's just carrying on too much now, man. I'm sick of it, man.
No,
Well,
apparently
COVID.
he's done with now.
Yeah.
Apparently he's done with. He said he.
No, he's relaxed the rules and laws and that, but until the next variant comes, we don't know. True. We don't know what's happening.
Make stuff up as they go along now. But I'm not going to get into it because...
Let's not.
Let's not.
Let's
I get blacklisted from everywhere.
this podcast would.
Khan's looking very good, you know.
No, he's training.
I watched a few of his interviews, and he's even said it himself. He goes, for a guy, it's like this guy's only had 19.
Well, he talks better than Kell Brook, and that says
would you not? Would you not?
That'd be brutal in that way.
Yeah,
but it's true. He's actually.
I do the best Kell Brook impression, by the way, ever.
Yeah.
But honest, I'm telling you.
Go on, then.
Right, this is how. I mean, look, yeah, I'm here. I've been waiting for my whole life for this fight. Right, I got my mojo back. Even if I have to fight you with these two broken hands, I'll fight you on the beach. I'll fight you in Sheffield. It's not.
Is that good?
Yeah, good. It's
That's
good.
good.
Close.
So
very close.
Anyway, he's in really good shape, and he even said it himself. He didn't used to train much. 12 weeks he used to train before his fight, and after that he's chilling all year. And this guy's only had 19 professional fights, but I'm saying, imagine he had 50 amateur fights. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's that bit of, like he's saying,
I take it serious, man. I take it serious.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is go into a spa.
The talent's there, man, to do it on 19 amateur fights. It's crazy, bro.
No, 19. I mean, there's
America. They'll be
Lomachenko. What was it? 400.
Yeah,
Golovkin 400.
There you go.
You know, and they like in the
Then they go
the Balkan
pro. You know what I
region,
mean?
Russia.
Yeah,
that's how it was.
I mean, a lot.
In
It's
those
not,
areas,
it's not an,
like Ukraine and stuff.
To be honest, it's not a big accomplishment to turn professional. A lot of people can just turn, but it's about what you do when you turn professional.
That's
because this game is a very hard game. Because
mindset.
If you're doing boxing for money right now, you'd rather not do it. Unless you come from a big Olympic background, you've been on Team GB England or whatever, you kind of get that bit of a head start because you've earned it in the amateurs. But if you're coming from nothing like what I've come from, you have to sell tickets to fight, because you have to sell tickets because you pay your opponent, you pay the promoter of the show to fight on this show, and then with what you have left, you pay a trainer, you pay a manager, whatever. So it's not like there's not really any money in it right now.
It's not lucrative as we speak yet.
But it's like people think, oh, you've been on TV, people got 50 grand, 100 grand. That's what people thought about me. Yeah. But I'm still coming up, man. It's like.
No, but how is it? I mean, if you don't mind, I don't.
Of course.
Bold round figures.
But like when you're coming up as in the early pro game, depending on how much tickets you sell. Say if you sold like £5,000 worth of tickets, you'd probably come out with like 1,500 quid or something, if that, after paying your opponent.
After everything, all expenses.
After everything, yeah. And that's not much. 5 grand goes down to that, and it's like
one fight,
to one fight, and the work. Because to be honest, you have to sell tickets. Because a lot of kids can't sell tickets and then they can't go forward because why? Nobody wants to invest in you. You got to build your name up first, like I'm doing. And like, thank God, my last 2 fights I sold easily over 100 tickets. I sold over 100 tickets on a Friday after Jummah. Like people working, they go mosque, London traffic, so on. I sold over 100 tickets just for that championship fight. That was on a Friday.
Yeah,
if that was on a Saturday, I would have had so many people there.
Yeah.
I would have so many people, but when I walked into the arena then, it actually sounded like I was in Bradford, Leeds.
Yeah, good.
I couldn't tell like where I was. So that's why I felt so comfortable. He actually got booed in London. Do you know what I mean? And it was crazy, like. But it's like right now, it's all right to get you through to the next 1 or 2 fights maybe, depending on how.
At what point does it get to where it's okay, we're talking money now?
Once you win a title.
Is that when
once you win some sort of a good title, like if I would have got the belt for this, I probably would have been on better. But listen, it's a way to keep me hungrier, to keep me on it. And I'm not looking at boxing for the money. Of course, money's got to matter. But I'm not bothered about it right now because I'm looking at the long term. As long as I'm taking care of what I need to take care of, which thank God I do.
Do you do other work aside?
Well, I used to work at Amazon and stuff like that when I was leading up to the Louis Lin fight, actually. Right. So I got a few sponsors and things
See, a lot of people wouldn't know that.
No, they wouldn't.
I wouldn't think you'd be working or whatever because you've got a family to feed. You've got your mum, you've got your brother, you've got. I mean, Isa'll be working as well and stuff. Collectively, where we come from, we all put in one pot. We've got to make sure everyone's getting fed at home. We've got
my money just ain't my money.
My
money's your money. Her money, his money, it's like...
Absolutely.
The family people.
It's been a struggle growing up. The difficulties you've faced, you've gone through. It's a struggle. It's on your head. You're the man of the head. You're the eldest. It is what it is. But you'd think anyone would assume that, oh, no, Amin Jahanzeb, he'll be raking money in. And, he's just had the World Championship fight. He's on BT, bro. He'll be on, minimum 50, 60K at least. Bro, you've got it wrong. The man's
people
working
have come up like that and they're like, oh, this, that, the other. And you keep assuming stuff. But to be honest, I don't ask what people get. Like, even some people in my family ask, oh, what do you get? But it's like, you don't tell me what you get. I don't care, but you don't need to know that.
Yeah.
All you need to know is my things are taken care of. And I'm working my way up,
Yeah.
So I'm blessed that way. Like, I can't complain.
And you're doing something that you love doing, innit?
Yeah, I love doing it. If I work, like, if I total, I'm probably in boxing. You spend more before you get to that big level.
Yes,
you spend more.
You have to invest.
I'm probably 10 to 1 or 10 to 2, if you measure it up or what I've gone out and what's coming. Yeah, but I'm looking at the long-term dream.
Yeah, but that's an investment.
Yeah, invested in myself.
Once that pays off. My brother, inshallah, you'll be, may Allah give you more. May Allah make that written in your rizq. You'd be flying, bro. Yeah. You'd be flying.
But to be honest, without my team and my family support, you can't do it.
It's not one-man show.
Because really, if I stop boxing, I don't have a rich family or someone to say, oh, it's all right, son, here, 50 grand, start your own business, do this, that. I can't. If I'm down, I'm down by myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, of course, I've got good friends and family around me. People who come to my house anytime. I've got brothers like that come whenever they want. Open my door. You don't even knock.
In this day and age, I mean, who's paying bills?
That's what I mean.
Who goes that extra mile and says, hey, bro, we'll pay your bills or pay your mortgage? They don't. You've got to fend yourself. No matter who you are, what you are.
But as a man, even though you've got people that can support you, you're not going to do that because as a proud man, as a hard-working man, and
self-respect,
and boxing really, it's a team until you get into the ring and you're there by yourself. But I'm blessed to have a good team that ain't. Because some guys you get around, they just speak money all the time, and you don't really want to be around them people because they're in it for right now. Yeah. The guys I've got around me, they're in it for later on. Yeah. The glory, the belts, the legacy, and that's what you need to have because I can't have short-minded people, short-term people around me.
You've got a boxing mindset and mentality. Yeah. It's a long-term
The same friends I grew up with 10, 12, 15 years ago, I've still got them now. Yeah. They're still at my fights, still at my house. Come to my house, see him every day.
Good.
Even if I don't see him for like 1-2 weeks, they know what's happening. I'm working, they're working.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing what they're doing, But now I'm just like, in Bradford, there's a lot of good talent, But it's like people, they're not even. It's mostly the parents that put them off. Let's be honest. A lot of parents, not everyone's. A lot of parents put people. Oh, son, why do you want to do that? Yeah. Just get a job instead.
No, be a solicitor. Be a doctor.
But if you don't want to do that,
education.
Yeah,
it's the biggest discussion.
Because I'll be honest, in school, the teacher, 2 lunch breaks, 6-7 hours at school. That's putting you in that perfect position to go into a job, do the same thing. Not to knock anyone with a job. If you're working to get where you want to be, if you're happy doing it, you can't say nothing.
Good luck. Yeah,
that's
crack on, mate.
Good for you, But if you're not happy and you're complaining, you got to change it, because no one's gonna save you. Do you know what I mean? And that's one thing I learned a lot. No one's gonna save you. So me and my brother, we helped each other out. Went boxing, even when I didn't have a trainer for a while. My brother did the pads for me, so and so and so. We're doing everything together. So it's like, I'm blessed to have that. And people say to me, I wish I had a brother like yours.
Yeah, but what advice would you give to parents?
What advice would you give to parents? Find out what makes your kids happy and support them on it. If you like what? Football, push them into it. Take them to get extra training, so and so. But don't get into it and think you know more than the coaches. Because that's what happens in boxing. People's dads come in boxing, and what they do is they think they know more than the coach. You know what I mean? No, I'm good, thank you.
I know you said earlier, nutritionist is
going
I can't help myself, his white Snickers.
So you'd say that to parents, that whatever your kids want,
put them into it and stay out of it a little. Check up on them, but don't. Because if you're respectful, you're going to listen to your dad or your uncle or whatever, right? And then the coach is telling you one thing, and he knows more about that subject than a parent does.
Yeah.
Kids get confused and they listen to their parents. Oh,
my dad said this though.
Yeah, but your dad's not a boxing coach. If your dad was, he'd be teaching you.
Where's he watching boxing? Who's he boxing in that cab?
And then you hear, oh yeah, but I used to spar this guy when I was younger. Yeah, all right, sure you did.
Mirpur and that. He was sparring.
That's what I mean. I hear them stories all the time,
Sparring the cattle.
But it's a thing, because you know what push me away from all these people, speaking to people about things that they don't do. Because when I used to hear stories, oh, I used to be this, but you know, they rob you and they do this and they put a downer on everything.
Yeah, negative about it.
And then I think,
just
nah,
because
man,
they
I
didn't
can't
make
even
it.
hear you. Just because you didn't make it, don't mean
Yeah,
I can't make it.
I can't make it.
Don't push it
put
on me.
that. Exactly.
So that's why I stayed away from that. Oh, I could have been a bodybuilder. I could have been this, and I was strong. I was eating 3 roti a day and stuff like. It don't make no sense. You can't eat that and become a bodybuilder.
Yeah, but it's a good point. That I mean, I don't want to digress, but it's a good point you said that, because there's a lot of that now.
Yeah.
I was this, but you know, then this happened.
But you're not.
But we're negative about it. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. There's numerous factors to why that's what it is.
But you know, there's
maybe you didn't do enough. Maybe your parents didn't. Maybe, but why say, you know, why paint it in a way as a negative that I didn't do it? You can't. You're not gonna do it. Yeah. No, bro.
Because certain things that happen in my family, certain routes people took in my family, people expect me and my brother to go down that way. Because my dad got in trouble. No secret. Everyone knows. Who knows me, they know that.
Yeah.
I got in trouble. This, that, the other. But they think, oh, the son's gonna go do it.
Yeah.
But they're not. So whenever I see other people that know me and know us, and they always say, "Oh, we're so proud of you, so and so. Like you've actually stuck to it. You've been the man of the house. You've done this. You and your brother have come up together, and you've done this. Obviously, you don't have to go through something to learn from it. I could see you fall over that puddle there. I don't have to walk through it and fall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just seen you. You know, like they say, clever people learn from others' mistakes.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
True.
That's one of the things it is.
His wise words.
That's what it is.
No,
Very wise for 25, mate. Very wise. I'm very impressed.
No, he's got a good head on his
Mashallah.
shoulders, man. For 25, you know, it's
25,
how it's got to be. How old are you, Nazim, again?
I'm 31.
Yeah.
Believe it or
I'm
not.
32. Well, I'm 31. Going to be 32 next month.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's. Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Time is just flying. Time is absolutely flying.
So,
Before you know it.
what's your future plan?
My future.
What
plan.
do you see? What would you like?
About that in life in total? Or
No, boxing.
boxing.
Then life.
Well, obviously everyone's gonna say, "I want to be a world champion," so and so. But I don't want to say that and sound like everyone else. I know I can be, but I'm just gonna take one fight at a time. Each fight progress. I want to go to America first of all with my coach, with my team, and go out there and experience different fighters, spar different fighters. You know, learn from other coaches, because the way we're set up is we're not too proud to learn from somebody else. If you think you know it all, you clearly don't. Especially in boxing, even the best fighters, they're still learning new things every day. So that's what I want to do. Go out to America, get my name established, fight on TV more, just keep winning. That's it.
How does that American dream become a reality? What's the
To be honest, you know what? I want to establish myself on the British scene first properly,
Yeah,
right? And once I become a big name here, then
you want doors to open.
then
That you can
doors
fight.
will open when you do what you're supposed to do.
And you're what weight category again?
I'm featherweight.
You're featherweight.
Yeah, and it's a very healthy competition at that weight. As well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who's the big fighters in featherweight? I've never noticed featherweight. I'll be
Kid
honest.
Gallard's featherweight.
Kid.
Josh Warrington.
Oh,
A few of the guys like that. Guys like that.
Frampton.
They're featherweights. Frampton's retired now. He was a super featherweight, but he's retired.
Oh, right. But that's the sort.
Them type of guys, yeah.
Mexicans are big in that, no?
Yeah, there's loads.
Manny Pacquiao started there, no?
He started quite.
Manny Pacquiao started at a very low
Strawweight.
weight class, and then he come something very light. You
But
know,
then he's won in.
He's gone through the classes.
Nine classes he's won in.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the specifics, but he started from a very
Still
low
not
class
the
and come
goat.
up.
Still not the goat, man. Still
We'll
not
come to
Floyd.
that, man. You relax.
I'm relaxed. I'm just saying before you
worry,
start
man.
saying Manny Pacquiao is better than.
I already knew you were a Floyd fan.
Mayweather. Before you start doing
Yeah.
all that.
You can tell he's a
I'm
Floyd
thinking-
fan when he wears the
Cristiano
that
Ronaldo.
Look at the bling on him, man.
No.
Mitre football
Leave
jumper
the
on.
bling out of this NFL ring. Leave it out of this. But okay, Ronaldo, Messi. Let's see now. Come on, let's see.
You know what?
Amin's
I
choices.
was grew
Yeah,
up like
that's-
him.
that's-
No,
let me
no,
finish.
no,
Let me-
that's
let me
I'm not
finish.
like- okay, go on.
What's your life ambition? Where do you see yourself
Okay,
in
let him
life?
finish. Let him finish.
We don't come to this, B. Don't
No,
worry.
no.
Life. I just want to be comfortable with a bit extra and have all my family taken care of. Everything what I've got planned in my head, I just want that.
Inshallah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I see myself 20 years from now. I see myself on a boat smoking a cigar.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I
my
think
whole
Your own
team there,
boat
man.
or somebody else's?
My boat.
Yeah, you want to own a boat.
I'm not gonna
man.
hide
I
it.
think you'd shoot
Can I
a green
Yeah,
WBC belt, you know.
I'll do Juma.
I've said
there,
it this
'cause-
day now, so remember this day.
I'll do Juma there because you're always here for
We'll do
Juma.
it. We'll do it, man. How many people do you need to do that?
Oh, we'll have enough in your boat.
Yeah,
You
cool.
just make sure it's a big one.
We'll get your brother to bring his candy as well, and we'll all eat it on the boat.
Yeah, man. We'll hit it out, bro. Why not, man? But religiously, what was politically? What are you? What is it? How is it? What are you? Are you a religious man? Are you a practicing man? What are your views? Are you strong? Do you read any prayers before a fight? How do you see it?
How I see it.
Without
how
being
I am.
offensive, just
No,
be
that's
you.
fine. No, that's fine.
You don't need to impress no one.
Yeah,
me,
no.
I'm not here to,
Listen, nobody's perfect. You know what I mean?
100,000,000%.
You see me at mosque every Friday. Not
Friday.
to mention people to make myself sound good, but
Yeah, but
I like coming
Friday
here.
I see you.
I like coming here because obviously, like, you can relate to us more.
Yeah.
Some mosques you go to, no offense, but some guys talking about something that happened in 1800s that I don't know about. That his life was, you know what I mean? And then they're speaking in certain language, like, because all my family will speak English. All my parents from here, my grandparents speak English. I can understand our language a little bit, but I can't, in detail, I can't have like full-blown conversation.
Yeah,
I'm not ashamed of that because I've never had to really.
Yeah, you know how to speak.
Your surroundings never, demanded you to be fluent in Urdu or Punjabi
even
or
like my aunties and
Patwari.
stuff that are from Pakistan and so on, their kids speak full English and they understand what I'm saying. They just reply in their language and sometimes
Vice versa, yeah.
Yeah, they take a bit of mick at me here and there because if I don't know what they're saying, they can talk about me, But yeah, I try to.
Mine.
Well, recently I've been getting a lot of my prayers more.
Alhamdulillah.
Obviously, I pray I try to pray all the time. I don't, which I should pray a lot more.
No, inshallah, why not, man?
Obviously, you can't get it all right straight away. One at a time.
Bro, respect to you. Yeah. You're sat here being honest and real. There'll be others sat here blaggers. They'll say, bro, I read tahajjud. I'm qiyamul layl and that. Yeah. And brov's knocked out. He's not even getting.
And to be honest, even before, like,
let's be honest, bro.
Yeah. And even before, like, about
nobody's perfect, bro.
When I was coming up before,
when it comes to your prayers, that's between you and Allah. You don't have to come and check in with me to tell me, bro, I did my fajr.
Yeah.
But I'm not interested. That is you getting close to Allah. You getting your connection with Allah. That is your relationship with Allah. That's His requirement. That's His, not requirement. That's His command. An obligation on you.
Yeah, 100%.
On the day of judgment, I'm not going to ask you, did you pray? He's going to ask you.
Yeah, straight up, yeah.
But I'm going to ask you if you wronged me and how you treat me. Yeah. That's a different ball game. How we treat each other. We're more concerned. My man ain't got a beard and he's not praying. No, bro, you got it wrong.
What's your own life? You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, but how are you with next man?
That's what I mean.
True. That's what you're going to be asking.
You know what?
About.
I know some
not
people.
About your praise.
Because I know some people, they do 5 times prayers, whatever, so and so. And then you see him talk about people and you see him gossip and stuff like that. I can't stand gossip. I don't want to talk about this guy, what happened to him, what happened to her.
You're not interested, bro. I'm not in our own life.
And a lot of people in Bradford, they do that. So many people, you see someone nice car, but it's not 72 plate, is it?
He's made it from drug money.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing this and that and the other.
You got a 10-bedroom house. Oh, it's not 20-bedroom, is it? Like, you can't make everyone happy, So you just got to focus on your own life.
Absolutely.
I try to do my prayers. I try to be good to people. Well, I do.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Because you can read all, like they say, you can read all your prayers, but if you're a bad person to people itself, what's the point?
On the day of judgment, you're going to be, you might have mountains of good deeds. And you
never
could
treat people
end
right.
up but you could end up bankrupt simply because you couldn't control your tongue when it came to others. Yeah. Whether that's backbiting, whether that's lying, whether that's, swearing, whatever it may be with your tongue, you weren't right with your tongue.
And there's a saying that I read that day which made so much sense. They're saying if you're doing a favor for somebody and expecting something in return, it's not a favor, it's not a good deed, it's business.
I see the same.
And I seen that and I thought, you know what? That makes so much sense.
No, wealth mindset was it?
I don't know.
No, I seen someone post it. I seen someone post it on Snapchat or something, and I think, that makes so much sense.
Wealth
True.
mindset.
But when you do it and you keep it between you and God,
100%.
Good things do happen.
Absolutely.
Because before that Toronto trip I was telling you, I did 1-2 good things that I kept, not to mention them, but I'm keeping it to myself. But I did 1-2 things.
That now you realise that God's given back.
I just did it out of being me, and then all of a sudden, I'm flying to Toronto. All you think I had to take was spending money, and that's it.
Yeah, look at that. But there's a saying by the great, Sufi sages, the great awliya, that hide your good deeds just as you would hide your bad deeds.
Exactly.
I mentioned it on Jummah this Friday, if you remember,
yeah.
that your give in the way of Allah such that your left hand does not know how much your right hand has spent.
You can't pull a big wad out and go, here, bro.
But who are we showing it to?
You got 500 left in the pouch.
But who are we showing it to? That's just wealth. I'm talking
God,
everything.
That's it.
Yeah.
We don't need to tell people the good we do. Yeah. He sees. Yeah. He knows.
You probably get people transfer bigger amounts.
Sometimes you're just giving someone away, isn't it? Even driving, you can make someone's day by just saying, across the road.
Like the
makes
example,
someone happy, innit?
one of the lads that I mentioned, he whatever he does, parties, chills, drinks, whatever.
yeah.
But he picked an old man up and took him home.
Yeah.
You know, that one good deed when he just shared it with me, because I was on the call at that moment. I rang him and he says, "Oh, I just picked this old man up. I need to drop him off and that." I says, "Yeah, we're just chatting that whilst you're dropping him off." And my first thing came out was, "Bro, you are 100 times better than me, man.
Yeah.
But you've helped an old man today. You probably could have saved his life. You've saved his time. But respect to you, man."
Exactly.
But people look at it, you know.
I
He
get
didn't brag and boast. He didn't go and put it on his socials. Yeah, look, I picked an old man. Look at me. You know,
People do that. They go feed a homeless guy and they got their phone out like that. What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. That.
Yeah, I mean, if your intentions are to encourage others to do it, you can see that in
If you're
how he does
if
it,
you're trying to
yeah.
encourage loads of people to do it and start doing it, but you can't just say, "Oh, here, mate, I got that. What do you think of it?" You can't do that.
This opens a kind of bit of a can of worms, because I think the same debate can be had. You know, like someone on Snapchat, I sometimes, you know, you got non-Muslim friends, Muslim friends,
Prayer mat.
a prayer mat or a quote or whatever. Now someone will say, "Bloody get on with it, need you namaz, bro. Keep your phone on
you don't need to
airplane mode and crack on."
Yeah.
But then the flip side of it is that someone might,
Yeah, you're
your
right.
friend
yeah,
might
right.
see it and say, "You know what? I'm being lazy today. My boy's read namaz.
So there's good
I'm
in
gonna
it.
read my
There
namaz
is.
now."
It depends how you
So-
see it and depends how they give it out.
Yeah.
It's
But
one
then
of them.
that's a
You
reflection
never
of
know.
you.
You never know.
That's a reflection of you.
You might be looking at it in that way. You might
Yeah,
not
but
take it as a
that could be-
motivation.
Exactly, it's a reflection. If it's motivation for you, then your heart seems to be clean.
If you think this guy's showing off.
True.
But if you've gone
I
and
don't know.
nitpicked, then maybe you've looked at it and thought, you know what?
Maybe it depends.
I don't know. It's how
I've
you see
realised
it.
that sometimes it just friends, as lads being lads, it'd be like, you know, you can like, if we're sat here, we should all be sat here to better each other. Like if
If you're not gonna bear each other, leave it. You know.
Then
What I mean?
what good is that
you know.
friendship?
Exactly.
Because I notice when I'm around one or two guys that pray and they go to the mosque and things like that, my day goes so much better because I'm with them and I start doing the same thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm just like with
This is
someone,
it, the
and
company, isn't it? Your company is
Yeah.
very important, isn't it?
if you can't help each other succeed or
Better you as a person.
religiously or whatever else, there's no point being around them.
No good.
But it's like, I think what you said is how you look at it. If someone posts a picture of a prayer mat and stuff, it's like if you posted that you got a new car, a new house, and you just post it just as happiness or just to show people.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at it like a hater, I think, oh, show off.
This is
But if
it.
I'm looking at like motivation,
Yeah,
oh,
man.
I could
Yeah.
get something like that.
Yeah.
That's how I look at a
Two
lot of things.
reactions, then, isn't it?
It's how you. It's what lends you out.
It's what's in your heart, really, innit?
You
It's
know,
not the
yeah.
other person. It's how you take it.
It's a reflection of
Because when
your
I see
state.
people with good, nice things, I don't watch people constantly. But if I just see it and I can't avoid seeing
Mashallah,
it,
brother.
and I think, you know what, that's I really,
Allah give
I
him
respect
more.
it. You know what I mean? And it gives me motivation. I think if he can get it, I can get it. Do you know what I mean? And I can do something like that. So it makes it more realistic. It's like when I've been around all these fighters and they're winning these fights and these titles and they're going over here and earning this and doing that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, you know what? I can do it. You know what I mean?
Who's your favourite fighter?
Right now,
Yeah,
I'll say Terence Crawford.
Crawford again, pound for
Yeah.
pound. Khan's out there training with the champ.
Terence.
Yeah, he's my
Tennis is
favourite fighter
coming,
right
yeah.
now.
Who's your all-time favourite?
Roy Jones.
All-time favourite, I'll say Roy Jones Jr.
Really?
Yeah. As for strictly boxing,
Okay.
in the whole world of anything, is Muhammad Ali.
He's your biggest.
Because of what he did
inspiration.
as for not just a boxer, not just an athlete. He did a lot for the people. Do you know what I mean? So it's.
I think there's connections, isn't it, in sport to,
I say Michael Jordan as well.
you know, yeah, Jordan was next level.
There's only two people who can stand up there with. There's only one person who can stand up there with Muhammad Ali in my eyes. Is Michael Jordan. I don't see who else. Sporting terms, yeah.
Yeah, sporting terms.
I don't see anyone else who can stand up there. I don't care if Mike Tyson, Mayweather,
Go
whatever.
and ask you a question. Who's better?
Like,
CR7
boo,
or
Dillala,
LM10?
Dillala. We need to end this debate. Amin Jahanzeb is going to intercede today. CR7 or Messi?
I'm a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, it's
I
settled.
don't know why I called you on this podcast.
Game
I don't even like
match.
football, so it don't count. My opinion don't
Cristiano
count.
Ronaldo.
This
Amin
is Messi's
Jahanzeb.
podcast. Do you not understand?
It's not. It's not anymore. It's not, bro. We're two of us here, mate.
But I'll be honest though, I don't watch
throw a
football.
couple of left and right
No,
hooks.
no, you're not into football. No, I'm only messing.
I watch World Cup here and there, but I watch a few highlights of this
Settle it,
person, that person. But
Why Ronaldo, not Messi?
I just, you know, when I was young, when I watch highlights on YouTube, I come across Ronaldo stuff,
love
and
that.
his style, he's got more to him, a bit more.
Hard
Like
work,
whether
dedication.
Messi's better or not, I don't know. But what I like is Ronaldo.
Yeah, we can't really count. I mean, you're right. He's not a footballing fan.
He's
You're right.
an
He's an
athlete, man. He's coming from a professional athlete blood.
different.
But he's got more style to him. Do you know what I
Has
mean?
more style,
He looks
more
better.
charisma, yeah.
He does these little things that make you look.
I would.
You would, because you're a fan of him. But who would you rather pick though
I
to
just
chat
think
with,
that
Ronaldo or
with
him?
Ronaldo, innit? Yeah, of course you
Well,
would.
Ronaldo would be more interesting.
Of course, all day long, mate. But saying that, Messi's apparently...
It's like saying who would you rather sit with,
it's
Tyson
funny
Fury
saying
or...
that. His car showroom's worth more than Mayweather's. Or Messi's cars. fleets. They were reading some on it. He's probably got the best, probably one of the best from all the athletes. So
he's low key, doesn't
he's low key.
flaunt it.
Yeah. What were you saying?
It's like saying, who would you rather have a conversation with, Tyson Fury or Joshua? Who would you rather have a laugh with and chill with?
Yeah, Fury, innit? But then
Yeah,
Joshua's got this element.
Ronaldo's not got that flamboyance about him either.
What are you on about?
I'd rather talk
see
to
it in
Mario
his game,
Balotelli than Ronaldo, mate.
Yeah,
you would
yeah,
as well, wouldn't you? Yeah?
I know about
Balotelli
it.
let
I know about
fireworks
him.
off in your
Why
head.
always mean it? Balotelli's fireworks,
Yeah.
bruv. You're going to expect something coming from
I watch his highlights and stuff. You know, they do these little odd things and it makes you think, this guy's interesting, you want to watch him.
Who else do you know in like football? You know Balotelli, but you know your football if you know Balotelli.
Yeah, he knows his football.
Who else? Like, what do you think? Who do you support? Do you
Yeah.
support?
I grew up saying Man U.
Man, you, my G. That's me, man.
You listen, that's the only one around. You know what I mean?
Can we get episode 5, episode 6? Can we just get Amin Jahanzeb with us all the time now?
I think you should make your own podcast.
me and Amin.
You two, right? And just get off this
Talk
one.
with Amin.
Let's talk with Amin.
Let's talk with Amin. We moved on.
Let's talk with AJ.
Yeah.
But that's all I grew up with. Everyone around me
Man
did that, so I
United.
just did that, yeah. All my uncles and that, they watch football and they say Man U. I've just been saying that as a kid. I don't know who plays for them now. I'll be honest.
Bruv, it doesn't even count, man. It doesn't count, does it, Amin? Let's
Yeah.
be honest. It don't
But it's like, you know, when I was a
Nazim,
kid,
relax, man.
you know, when I was a kid and I worked at, when I was like 17, 18, I worked at Marks and Spencer, right? And I worked in Leeds, and not many people knew I boxed or whatever. So I don't really go around saying it. And the guy went, oh, mate, who do you support? So and so. I don't really watch football. Oh, what? You're not a man if you don't watch football. I go, listen, mate, do you know what I do for a living?
I beat men up.
He goes, oh, yeah, mate, sorry. Then he seen my fights and he's like, all right, cool. Do you know what I mean?
I'll back off that.
But I don't
move,
really
man.
know football.
I
I watch World Cups here and there, but
Yeah. So you're not, hard. Not like.
I'm a
me and
casual.
Nazim. Yeah, now and again.
now and then.
Yeah.
It's like when all these guys tune in and they watch McGregor fight or
Do you know
Khabib
there's
fight
that-
or
Do you watch
Fury
UFC?
fight. Yeah, here and there. The big fights only. My brother's a big fan of it, but I don't really. I didn't watch that fight that
the
day, though.
irony is, I'll just throw it in now as well. Obviously, being someone from the religious field, Imam, is it haram, is it halal, all that. I don't even want to get in that, bruv. Whatever the religious opinion view is, this podcast was simply because that's my little brother.
Yeah.
He's one of the top lads. He comes here, prays here, he's with us. We want to give back to our
I've been asked that, Imam. I've been asked that so many times.
Well, you will be. And
Oh, do you think boxing's haram? Like, some kid literally messaged me about 3 weeks ago.
think so.
He's
People
saying,
in the
Brother,
I
wait on here, man.
I wanna
Like,
box.
The
I wanna
irony
box. Do you think
is
it's
you're an
haram?
imam. Boxing X,
but
Y,
look,
Z.
I think they want you to tell me
No,
off
but
for
look, then
boxing.
if you look at the flip, this is what I was going to say about you're talking about Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, look at the message he spread through of Islam through boxing. So how can he say it's haram? And how?
I can see from where you're sat why you're saying that and why that makes sense.
He used boxing as a
But
platform
from where
to say
I'm
Allah
sat,
is great, bro.
from the religious
Yeah.
perspective, from a textual perspective of that hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that you should not strike a man's face,
Yeah.
and the implications of those words, the understandings of those words, then what the Prophet ﷺ said was what he said, and we believe and accept that. Even Khabib didn't have an answer when he was asked in his recent interview or live show.
He
in
just said
regards
smash
to-
everybody.
But if you ask me, all I'm going to say is,
But you're not an imam.
yeah.
You're not this super Islamic figure that represents. I'll probably get more slated than you after this sort of podcast because I'm the one who's saying, yeah, you can come on my podcast.
Listen, everyone,
My
don't
po-
slate him. I'm the boxer.
No,
Slate me.
I get that, but do you see where I'm coming? Do you
Yeah,
see
yeah.
my position? But
All right, check this
the
then.
reason why I told you my intentions is you're my little brother, you're here, I
You're
support
supporting me,
you.
I'm supporting you, yeah.
But tomorrow, my advice to you is if tomorrow you hit it big, don't forget me.
Yeah.
Put Islam out there.
Yeah, of course.
Represent this religion. Where you can, look, hot news right now, Paul Pogba went to do Umrah.
Yeah.
What happened?
They took the post down, didn't they? He took his post down.
Why was he forced to take it down? Remember, he's a revert.
So this
he's
is-
not a born Muslim.
No, he's not.
His wife's Muslim. Don't matter how she is. We're not here to judge no man.
Alhamdulillah.
But he went Umrah.
Yeah,
He made a dua. He took the name of Allah. He mentioned the name of Islam.
yeah, he did.
He could go club, he could go drink, whatever.
Yeah.
He's got millions on his platform, my brother. MashaAllah, bro.
Yeah.
In one way or another, Muhammad Salah, okay, Christmas, whatever, we slave
Whatever
them.
people say,
I
whatever.
don't agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But why can't we look at the positives? These are public figures. Yeah, okay, this is not the Islam that Orthodox Islam that we want to promote. From a religious perspective, yeah, bruv, these guys are written off. Straight up. Boxing's written off. UFC's written off. There's no denying that from the hardcore, staunch, religious perspective and view.
Yeah.
But in the modern world that we live in, with the adaptation, with the changes, with everything, and I'm not saying Islam, I'm not saying let's modernize or change Islam. No. What the Prophet ﷺ said, Amanna wa saddaqna. We believe, that's the truth. There's no denying.
And you know,
and you're not going to justify that.
Yeah.
You're not going to turn around and justify it to the Prophet ﷺ. We're
yeah.
nobody. But Amir Khan, whatever our views or people might say or think about him, his personal life, this, that, and the other, mashallah, he represents the Asian, bro. He's done big, bro.
He's paved the way, man. He's paved the way.
2-time world champion, bro. He's no joke.
No doubt.
Has anyone ever since been?
No, not yet.
We haven't yet, have we? What if tomorrow Amin is that, and I pray, inshallah, Allah give him success, inside and outside. He becomes that.
Inshallah.
You know, you do a sajda. Imagine that just blows into the whole world. Look at Prince Naseem. Allahu Akbar. You know, Allahu Akbar. La ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
But that's what I'm trying to...
But you're putting Allah's name out. You're putting the Prophet.
The great...
We're not asking you to be a mufti, bro.
It depends what you do with your platform, though.
That's
what you're promoting.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I said, I'm not perfect, whatever. But the main thing, what you should do as well, what they say, is if you're Muslim, you're Pakistani, you're whatever you represent, if you go and speak to people, you're meant to show them that there is good in what you are.
What you are. So in the Pakistani community, in the Muslim religion, within the religion of Islam, like, bang right.
Yeah. Whenever I go and I speak to people,
you're brown,
I want them to know, because a lot of people, like, we do get slated a lot when one person does something. We do get all painted with the same brush. But what I like to do is, myself anyway, but when I go speak to people, I like them to know that, listen, not everyone's the same. And if you offer people help, then they might go and say, oh, look, this nice Asian kid said this today, or helped me with this today, or this today. Then they might change their mind thinking, you know what, not everyone's the same.
So,
you know,
you effectively are working for Islam.
Yeah.
You effectively are working to give a good image of our religion, our people, our background. That's what you're doing.
And for the boxing, haram, halal, whatever thing, all I see it as, I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to win. I love what I do, but if you see boxing haram, you say it and you're watching it. What are you?
Yeah.
You know, but
and there's a lot of that.
But it's like that thing, though. You know what I mean?
No, but it's like when you go into it. I mean, from a just slightly get into like how it would be. The word haram.
It's
is
not
ideal.
You know what I mean?
Clear cut.
Yeah.
Clear cut, definitive, mentioned within the Quran or within the Sahih Sunnah, etc. Yes, there is that one hadith of prohibition, and there are exceptions to that rule. That when a man can strike a man's face, like when he's in the way of Allah, etc. There are exceptions to that rule. Yeah. This is entertainment. And this is entertainment.
But shall I be honest, man?
I just say become a master of the body shots, B.
I just want to win. You know, I want to win.
That point, but this is what I'm saying. Muhammad Ali, when he got into the ring,
how much did he do for Islam, Nazim?
Muhammad Ali.
He did a lot.
I think he's done more than anyone ever.
But they wouldn't have known him if he didn't box. So everything comes in a certain package.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Da'wah.
They wouldn't have known him stood on the street with a sign up.
The front page in America was what? Allah is the greatest. Muhammad Ali.
But what I'm saying is, you wouldn't have noticed him, or you wouldn't have been that big if you were just some guy walking around with a sign up. You know what I mean?
We can't all be muftis, bro.
You know what
I'm
saying?
Be imams.
But it's like everything happens how it happens, right? However you get up there, that's what I mean. However you get up there, if you represent, you represent. If you don't, you don't. But he did, you know what I mean? And it's like with the boxing thing, I don't really want to hurt anybody. If I'm fighting you, I just want to win, right? And even like between me and God, whatever, when I pray, I just pray and say, look, I just want to win. I just want to win. I don't want to hurt this person. I don't want this person to hurt me. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to permanently hurt you. I want to win. If I knock you out, I'll knock you out. But if I do, I hope it's one of them where you're all right the next day or whatever. I don't knock you out in your hospital for like 2 weeks. Because boxing, people can die. You get brain damage. You can break your nose, break your jaw, break your hands. There's so much things that people don't understand what happens in boxing. You break your ribs, all sorts of things, right? Yeah. But that's why people don't understand what, you know, when you're getting ready for fights, how it is. You don't really want to hurt anyone. Do you know what I mean? But the people around you, when they say stuff, then you feel that thing and you're like, you know what?
What if someone like, in a press conference, coming back to a bit of this now.
Obviously, when you get angry, you feel all sorts.
Then,
you can't deny that. That's just a human
reaction.
That's a human reaction, you know what I mean? But all in all, if I'm fighting, if I have a rematch, I don't want to hurt him. I want to knock him out, but I hope he's all right. Like, he get up and be normal, you know what I mean? That's it. That's all I want. I don't really want to hurt anyone permanently. I just want to win and do what's best for me and my career.
There's a lot of sports in boxing that after the fight they'll hug or whatever. There's not really malicious.
Because when me and Louis spoke after the fight, as soon as they announced the decision, I said, look, no disrespect, I won that fight. And he goes, look, I didn't do enough. I don't feel like I did enough. I thought you won it. And that's hand on heart.
There you go.
God strike me down if I'm lying. I'll say that. That's what he said.
Yeah,
right?
That's the honest man. He's right.
And he said that, and he's not a bad kid. Do you know what I mean? But he believes in Jesus Christ. He does that. He does what he does for his religion. So you can see the passion. Yeah. And few people comment on my stuff. That's what happens when you don't believe in Jesus Christ. I go, listen, I don't believe he's God, but I do believe there is. Yeah.
Yeah, I just tell him that we didn't.
Look at my brother's name, Isa.
I just tell him that.
Come on, man.
But you just tell him that he didn't get crucified.
And you
at
know what
that moment, you've got all the Christians and they look at you. I've done it so many times. Christian colleague, Christian friends say, you believe in Christ? We believe in Christ as well, man. You believe Christ got
but
crucified.
you know what is
nah, man, he didn't get crucified.
But in my team, right? In my team, there's a mixture of who believes in what. But when it comes down to it, it doesn't matter as long as we're all together. We all believe there is a God,
all goes
right?
Back to Abraham,
and it all leads back to it. Do you know what I mean? But I've got my team. They'd pray with me. Like my trainer, Haroon, when he was in Glasgow, he goes, "If you can find a mosque, I'll come pray with you."
Yeah.
That's what they like. That's what all my team like. And if I need to say, boys, can I just pray in here? Can you move, please?
Yeah.
Next time you find a mosque, just message me.
Yeah, I will.
I'd have probably been there and tell you, look, go here.
I rang a few mosques, but they all did it the first day, and I was on the second. You know, but that's what my team like. They all understand. When I do my prayer, they're all there with me. Do you know what I mean?
But it's like the impact now in modern history, modern sports history that Khabib's had.
Wow. Yeah.
Look, respect for parents.
Wow.
The way his father, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Like through him,
and he is a devout, practicing Muslim.
He's another example now.
He's praying. He's Badu Jack. You know,
he's good. He's good, man.
Yeah, these mans are praying, and it's good, man. It's unbelievable.
I'll be honest. I won't ever show myself.
My advice would,
I won't ever show myself praying and doing stuff because I find it a bit cringe. Like I'm trying to show people I'm praying. Like, that's how I look at it for me. Like whatever I do,
just a picture
I like.
taken.
Yeah.
By him and Tyson.
No, obviously, if someone's taking a picture of it, that's fine. It goes out there.
But you would obviously.
But I would never do it myself.
Your way and said to Isa, bro, take a pic.
Because I'm not going to come in here and say to you, I prayed this morning.
Yeah, exactly. But what we just discussed.
It's even on interviews and stuff like that, people always mention God, but I don't always need to mention God because mine and God, whatever I say to God.
You prefer that quiet, silent relationship that you have with Allah. You know,
because there are a few people, and not that it's. This is in my eyes. Some people try to force it on people, and it makes people uncomfortable. I don't want to ever do that. I just, as long as my relationship with God's good, and whoever's around me, listen. If you want to go that way, if you want to get closer to God, if we can pray together, why not? Do you know what I mean? But I don't want to force it on people.
That's your approach, bro. Respect to that.
I don't want to put on my Instagram. Oh yeah, everyone have a good day except you lot and you lot and you lot. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to go like that. You know.
No.
Some people are too extreme like that, and then another Muslim brother doing it for us. But I don't want people to look at me just like that because I want to be for everyone. And obviously, like,
yes, I am Muslim.
I'm from the Pakistani background.
Yeah.
I am Muslim, so and so, right? But I don't only want to be for just us. I want to bring everyone together. But that's more important as well in that way. Because really, if I'm fighting, I'm from here. Yeah. I got to bring everyone. Do you know what I mean? I can't just appeal to one part of the community.
Yeah, you've got.
To be honest, my team's mixed. Yeah. My team's mixed, and I'm in a privileged position, and I've got all sorts of supporters from everywhere. I'm not just for one kind.
Good to see that. It's a good role model because I think it's hard for
people to blend in. They can't.
Pakistanis people don't really like socializing with others.
I don't like that.
Whites or blacks or Chinese.
Because you know what happens? A lot of Pakistani people and guys who I've grown up with, they've been around their own kind so much. They don't know how to speak when it comes to being around this person, that person, white people, black people, different people. And then I kind of like, you can't come with me to this place because why? You don't know how to. You don't know how to carry yourself. So when I go to these places, I'm speaking to this person, that person. They instantly love me and my brother because they instantly respect you straight away because they know how you.
You know how to carry yourself.
You can carry yourself well, and plus, when you know something's real or someone's proper, you get it straight away. If you know someone's a jello, and you're gonna think, forget him. Because I was stood outside here talking, and a few guys were talking about boxing and stuff, and one guy in the background kept interfering and saying stuff, and I think about 2-3 weeks ago on Jummah, right? And he was saying, bro, man, you're too technical, man. I think, all right, what shall I do this? Shall I go brawl? But I thought instead of, and a few people would be like, oh, bro, man, you should have knocked Louis Lin out. And what do you think I would try to do? Tickle him? Do you know what I mean? I would if I could.
Yeah, but maybe they're a bit nice. Maybe it's an innocent comment. They don't know. They can't. You know, like he says, they can't see as far as others maybe. Do you know what I mean? They can't probably hold a boxing conversation.
But it just makes me. I don't take it personal. I just laugh. You know.
Exactly. Just laugh it off, man. You know. Yeah.
You can't fight every battle. You can't fight everyone.
You're not gonna win everyone.
And even I get comments on my like I put a video on, a little TikTok video. I don't do anything for the camera. Whatever gets recorded, I just put it up. I got my own photographer, videographer, safe visuals and stuff like that. I got all sorts, and I'm in a blessed position because a lot of things I have now, I've got my own. I got my own strength coach, nutritionist. He don't do it for any other boxer but me. Wow. And all that's for me. He does my strength, does my nutrition. He does a lot more than what his job is, and that's Pat Warner. And then my coach, Haroon Headley, he does a lot more for me than what a normal boxing trainer does for their fighters. Wicked. You know, so I'm blessed that way.
Good team, man.
And but the thing is, they're the type of guys who mention my name in a room full of opportunities. You know, if there's anything coming up, I got a fighter that does this. I got this guy who does that. And it's like I put a video on TikTok and he got like 1.9 million views or something. Wow. It's just a stupid little 10-second video. Something that I already done in the ring. It was a highlight from the fight. And then people commenting, guaranteed he can't take a punch. Guaranteed he's Prince Nas copy. And you know when I clicked on it? A lot of Asian people.
Yeah. But it's you know, it's mad. I mean, but you know, you'll know this. I'll just
I mean, you can't
remind you that this is part and parcel. This is part and parcel of the.
When I first got into it and started doing
the public world.
When I was young and I didn't understand it, what are these people on about?
Trolls, there's a lot of
but then I thought, you know what? It's a part of the game. Yeah. And now that I'm maturing as a man, as a fighter, as everything, that's it. Even, you know what? To be honest as well, like even people say good things to me. I take it and I appreciate it, but I don't let it sit in and sink because why? If I can take the good things, I'll take the bad things as well. Yeah. So if I can just learn to just appreciate it and just let it go out, you know what I mean?
But even when sometimes when you hear praise, it could make you arrogant.
Yeah.
And when
you start
you're
arrogant,
you're not, you know, you get struck down.
Yeah.
For God loves the man who is humble.
Because when I go around places, people sometimes they try to treat you a bit special and they try to say, yeah man, we're not on your level, and you know, the stupid little thing like that. But I'm not trying to be better than you or better than this. I'm just going to be myself and better than me. Like even that day I was having a dessert that day and I met some guy who was about 30, 40 years old. He was with his wife and kids and he goes, I mean, I'm a really big fan. And I didn't know what to say, you know, because like I see people just say, look, I seen you fight and stuff like that. I prefer that. But I don't like the word fan. I prefer the term supporter because people kind of take that fan thing and say it different. You know what I mean? So if I wouldn't say you're a fan of me. I say you support me. So whenever I put anything about my fights, I just say thanks to everyone supporting all my supporters because it sounds a bit better. Do you know what I mean? Some people look at fans as fanboy or. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's
when you don't want to be seen like as someone who's self-centered.
Yeah, that's it.
You don't want that. You want to be someone who's the people's
I wouldn't do what I do. Do you know what I mean?
You're the people's people, and you want everyone to be part of that.
Yeah,
that's
because without the supporters, I wouldn't be able to do what I do on the level. So
you couldn't
I've got to give thanks to him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this guy said to me, "I'm a really big fan," and he said it about 3-4 times, and I'm like, I don't know how to react to it, you know. But I said, look, thank you and stuff. Asked his name, chatted to him a little bit.
I get it all the time as well. I'm a fan of your talks. I love your talks. You inspire me. You do this. You do. We were actually today. 2 people come up. You know, you do podcast tonight with Amin and that. And he mentioned a good point. This kid did. I don't know if he's watching this lad. You know, he mentioned a good point, which I wanna sort of take it towards that conversation. You know, we're in Bradford. We know a lot of young people growing up. If they don't get into education, they get into work, they turn to the street. They start grafting, they start making money, selling weed, doing this, and the other, right? Getting involved in drug crime, in other sorts of crimes. I mean, did that opportunity, well, no, it's not opportunity, did that ever happen with you, first of all?
To be honest.
And how would what would you say to those young lads?
To avoid it. You know, to be honest, when I was growing up, I seen all this stuff already.
We're
so I knew I don't want to.
He's in the heart of it, bro.
But I've seen it close up, so it's like I don't really want to be anywhere near that.
So you were put off.
So that I don't want to be no gangster, no jail, no this, no that. I don't care about that stuff. I don't care if you've been jailed, he's been jailed, whatever. It doesn't know what to do with me. I don't need to speak about it. I be around people sometimes, and then this guy's phone rings and he talks about this weed and this much stuff and this weight of this and this weight of that. Like, what are you on about, man? Just, you know what I mean? I don't know nothing about that.
And like, only way I know is the 15 kgs I'm going to be.
You know what I mean? That's the only way I know. 14 ounces, sparring gloves and stuff like that. But I seen all that when I was young. And 7, 8, 9, 10, I seen that then. So I knew immediately I don't want to be near that. I don't want to be any part of it. Obviously, opportunities come up to do anything. But if you're dying for money that bad, you're going to go and do it. But when I looked at all these people, and I think, if it costs you peace of mind, it's too expensive. Do you know what I mean? If you want to go out... These kids now, they see when they're playing out on the street, whatever, they see this guy got this car, this guy got this quad, this guy got this, that, the other.
RS3s.
And then they get like motivated by that. How do I get that? Or come work for me. That's what these guys do, but you should be steering them the right way instead of throwing them into that. The one reason when I got into boxing, it teaches you discipline. People think it's just violence, but it's not.
Yeah.
With boxing, really, say if you think you're the hardest man on the street, you go into a boxing gym, you look at a little kid who looks like a geek, can't do nothing to you, but you spar him and he beats life out of you. Then you're going to humble down thinking, maybe I wasn't as tough as I thought I was. I've seen it so many times. People come in, they got a reputation on the street, spar someone who's a nobody, who don't look like anything at all, and then they get it handed to them. And then what does that do? It humbles you down a little bit and you think, you know what? Yeah. Maybe I want what I thought I was.
Yeah, exactly.
But then when you know how much damage somebody can possibly do to you that's trained to do it to you, then you think, this is real. These little stupid things I be doing out here, it's not as real as what somebody can actually do if they train.
Exactly.
If you think you're the hardest man on the street, you come across an MMA fighter, a UFC fighter, a boxer, whatever. You know, and he smashes you properly. Not like,
yeah, exactly.
You know, he gives you a proper, you're going to think, do you know what?
It's like them memes when Golovkin is in a normal
Yeah.
shirt, you say you wouldn't think
That's
this
what I
guy
mean.
would fuck you
Golovkin, yeah. It's not a joke, man. It's
Golovkin
proper,
looks
do
like
you know
a
what I mean?
nice, normal guy.
But that's why I say you should push your kids into something properly. Not push them, but steer them in the
Whatever
right
they're
direction.
interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or dad I like art, dad I like photography. Go do that then. Take some classes, take a training thing.
But I think a lot of kids who've got this thing inside them, this energy, they want to go burn it, they need to go channel it.
Yeah.
Then that's what, the whole
But then parents don't want to do that.
Parents will prevent
jiu-jitsu,
that. Look,
of kickboxing.
My nephew Ibrahim, Cab's little, he's really good on the back. He's quick. He'll want to do the base, he'll just be out. It's not going to happen.
But you know what they do though, to quiet the kids for their own peace of mind? Oh, here iPad, here iPhone, here
That's
this.
what they've done
So
now,
what they've done
innit?
is then they blame the kids. He won't get off that. Right? That's your fault, not his.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've seen it in my own
I
family.
think
They
you
do that.
should do the Jummah this week.
Huh?
The speech. I'll do the namaz, you do the speech.
Oh, no.
Because you said the same things I say as well.
I'll end up saying something stupid by accident.
No.
Get kicked out.
No.
But that's what it is though, innit? They want to quiet the kids
You're
up.
right, bro.
They want to quiet the kids up. Oh, here, iPad, shut up now.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Can't eat food.
What
without-
advice would you give to the kids? You give advice to parents.
Go outside, man. Go outside, fall over, scrape your knee. do what you need to do, man. And your parents, if you're gonna guide them the right way, at least.
Yeah.
If they like something, steer them towards it. 'Cause you can't be something. Even the stupidest of things, what you may seem that are stupid, they're making money, and people are making careers out of it. Kids have made money out of gaming.
Yeah.
Minecraft, this, that, whatever, Fortnite, you know. But they've been like, I've got some few cousins. They're good at gaming and stuff like that. I go, listen, what are you doing? Create a YouTube channel, put your gaming stuff out there, put it on TikTok. The most stupidest things are blowing up on TikTok and Instagram and stuff.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. People are getting, even like rappers and stuff. Obviously not ideal to talk about in here, but even guys who were never known by anyone, they're getting record deals. They're getting, they're getting in movies and
Gareth
stuff. Why
Kelly.
from that?
A good mate of mine. Well, I know him well.
Gareth Kelly, BBC.
Gareth Kelly, yeah.
So we're looking at you're fighting in.
I'm trying to get a fight in March.
March time, inshallah. And when you're training, I want to ask you a question about training because I've been trying to train on that. I used to be like really skinny, but I couldn't put weight on. Then I went really fat. Now
And
I'm
then you
losing
can't
it
go
again.
back down.
No, I'm losing it now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking good now.
I think we need to start getting you into the faith game.
What was I going to ask you? Yeah. That's what's getting us pumped, the faith game graft.
We've got one more graft
What
in
was I
there.
going to ask you? You know when you train, like, I feel, like I've been coasting. Like I have a good session.
Yeah.
Like it's different as a boxer. He's a proper athlete. He's a boxer. He'll get hit or whatever. But I feel like you can go and like that. David Goggins always says, "Don't be a."
Yeah.
Don't be. I'm not gonna swear it on here, but he looks at himself and says, "Don't. You're a PIT. You know."
Yeah.
You're a bish, basically.
Yeah.
Catch my drift.
Yeah.
And he goes, put yourself outside the comfort zone. In the morning, go for that jog.
Throw yourself in.
Throw yourself in.
That's it.
Do you feel like there's more for you to dig deeper and kind of?
Do you know what? I throw myself in. If I don't, I get thrown in. It's that simple. Because the way
That's your life now.
Like what I said, my team's like that. Because my coaches, they'll lead by example. They won't tell me to do something
That
they
don't
can't do.
Yeah.
You can't have some fat coach with belly hanging to his knee and a cup of tea in his hand. 50 more press ups, then do 100 pull ups. You can't do it. It don't work like that. So they've got to be able to show you. Because my coach said to me, I'm never letting you turn around and say to me, even though I wouldn't, that you can't do it. You know what
What's
I mean?
the most press ups you've done?
Most? Probably like 70 odd
What's the most pull ups you've done?
pull ups. I don't really.
No, like, never. I'm just generally.
Probably about 20 odd. Do you know what I mean? But I never really do anything in that. Or do as much as possible because we don't train like that.
You need to teach me how to skip.
Yeah, that's
Boxing
fine.
skip,
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's hard.
very good for you. I heard,
I'll do you one better. I'll let you come with me. Within the next few weeks, whenever you get time, come train with me once. Even if you want to do weights.
I don't know. I do a lot of exercise bike.
Yeah, if you want
I
to do
HIIT
cardio, I'll
training.
bring you then.
I do HIIT training.
Yeah, that's fine. We do that.
Do you do HIIT?
Yeah, do everything.
High intensity.
Everything.
Yeah, man.
Everything. I do everything. Listen, this is the point. Every time I train today, I'm knackered. I would lay down on the sofa if I got here. I couldn't even get up. You know,
Serious.
that's the type of training I do. Like, I just be at maximum
Aesthetically,
capacity.
do you want to look like you got the six pack and all that, or you're not bothered? Are you know, Tyson Fury?
I know I've got it, so I don't need it.
No, I know, but
Yeah,
do
but
you
he's
do
right,
would
he's
you
right,
like?
he's-
That's how my body
is
type
that-
is, though. If you got athletic body
yeah,
type
yeah.
and you eat,
But is
what
that
you're
your
supposed to eat.
motivation? Does that motivate you slightly? Yeah, I want to look.
I think so. Like, for me personally,
I mean, when I do everything right, I look like that anyway.
Okay.
So it's like,
yeah, yeah.
No, but it's in your mind.
but I've got to show that I'm a full-time athlete. I'm a proper athlete. I do everything right. I'm professional.
Yeah, but Andy Ruiz wasn't.
Yeah, but he's a heavyweight. Heavyweight's different.
Maybe it's different.
Yeah.
And body types are
Yeah,
different
body
too.
types are different.
Like, you could be faster than me and you could be fat. I could be skinny.
Yeah,
ripped,
yeah. You got the
six pack. It looks at Tyson Fury, for instance. He's faster than all the heavyweights. right now.
endomorphs, mesomorphs, all
That's what
that
I
in
mean.
your body type.
But it's in you as well. If you haven't got it in you, no matter what your body type is, you can't do it.
You gotta have a heart.
I've seen guys big, 12 stone, this, that, ripped, look the part. You could be in a movie, you could be whatever.
Yeah.
But as soon as you get hit by some little skinny twig, that's
Even
it.
if
The
you
bigger
do a
you are, the
minute-
harder
Heart
you
goes,
fall.
that's
If you
it.
do a
done.
minute on the punch bag after this, it like just takes it out of you, man. Just on the bag, 3 minutes. It's tough, man. It's
Yeah,
and then you
it's-
got someone hitting you, bro. Taking wind in your
No,
body
then
shots.
try not to get hit.
Then try not get hit.
The brains at work.
Yeah.
With
lot, man, it's a lot.
I think it's
there's a lot involved.
It looks
There's a
easy
lot
on the
involved.
outside, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah.
That's why later on I'm going to host a hater day. If you hate me, if you don't like me, I'll call you to the gym. Yeah, if you can last this long in this, you get a reward. But then you're not going to get the reward. You're going to go home empty-handed.
They won't turn
That's the price you pay for hating.
Yeah, it needs a bit of sweat, man. Might
Let you
work for
spar.
them
Come on,
too.
if you say boxing that easy, go on, you spar, but not spar me because it won't be fair. Spar someone that's like you,
on your level.
and then
yeah.
see where you're at,
Yeah.
and then you might have a bit more respect and for other people that do things. You know,
People don't understand the hard work.
No.
They only look at the iceberg. They don't understand what the efforts behind it.
you have to be
see
tunneled in because you know if you're fighting, you can't get sidetracked by someone commenting this, someone messaging you this, someone saying that. Because when I fought that Louis Lin fight, I walked and I made it my thing. I'm not looking at nobody. I don't need to look at no one. I'm just looking at the ring. And because if you look at little things, they can throw you off.
Yeah.
And I don't really get thrown off anything. So I just thought, you know what, I'm focusing just there. Me and the ring, that's it. I walk in the ring, I'm nice, relaxed. And I seen like a bunch of Asians before I got to the main part. And I probably knew who they were, but I didn't look. And then I heard some other voice go, "Who are you?" And I thought, but I nearly looked, you know what I mean? My eyes didn't even like that, so I thought, I'm just looking straight ahead. And that's what you just got to keep tunnel vision, man.
Do you remember your first professional fight?
Yeah.
And I sorted out some sponsorship.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
From day dot, man. Bobby rang me.
You've been seen since first fight, man.
Day one.
Onwards, yeah, man.
Day one, man.
Well,
People
I
don't know
appreciate
that,
it,
man.
Mashallah.
What about local beef? If I could get into it,
Local beef. Who's that?
who would you fight? Would you fight? You know, but I've only heard. I've never asked you because it's never like thought. But because we're here, bit you know,
Like,
I don't know. Like, what's his name? Muhammad Ali, young lad coming up, fighter.
Yeah, whatever. I'll fight anyone, to be honest.
Would you?
Yeah.
I think I should be the next Eddie Hearn.
Yeah.
Imam Hearn.
I'm not gonna say I won't fight anyone. I fight whoever, do you know what I mean?
Kill me.
I fight whoever, do you know, but
No, but
I'm not gonna, yeah.
Serious.
Yeah, I fight whoever, man.
You'll never ever back out. Nothing. Doesn't matter. You're ready. Game bred.
That's it. That's it.
Jorge Masvidal.
You got headbutted 3 times in the last fight, still were going, mate. So
I say more than 3, but
yeah,
you
it
can
was-
see my face after like this one, all from head.
Serious.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because you see that picture that I put up at the
Yeah.
time.
It was bad.
But yeah,
But
man.
think,
If
you know
I
what, Allah works in mysterious ways that you know what, you got robbed.
Yeah, but look
You
where you are, man.
outboxed
I
him.
rate him, man. What about these other young fighters, man? Hamza Shiraz. I've never met these boys. I've only seen them on
he's good,
socials
he's
and
good,
that. Who else is there? Hamza Shiraz.
There's the two.
Akif Fiaz, I know him.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Two
Allah
brothers,
give his
innit?
mother Jannah and that. You know, recently his mum passed away and that.
Yeah, yeah.
two
There's those
young
two brothers
brothers,
as well.
yeah.
I've heard. Yeah, what they Azims, yeah, the
Yeah,
Azim
They're
brothers.
good, man. Some good guys coming up.
Are
man.
they in
Really
your
good.
weight?
No, everyone's different weight.
Bigger weight.
Oh, right,
Everyone's different.
okay.
Everyone's either heavier or
Heavier, yeah.
lighter or whatever. It's not.
Do you think it'd be good, like a little Bollywood, you know, a bit Hollywood sort of thing, where if there was someone in your weight on his journey, and at one point you met,
Yeah, that's fine. That's
and
what
you're both
happens.
British Pakistanis, you're both Muslim, like
Yeah.
wow,
Right, whatever, yeah,
that
let's
would
do it.
be.
But what they do is they normally
Blockbuster,
build you
bruv.
up. They normally build you up first, and then they make it the best fight you can.
Yeah.
Like this Kell Brook and Amir Khan.
Yeah, but then
thing, or-
sometimes people fall off. Some people are not in it for as long as they thought they would. Some people lose motivation. They don't want to do it. Because I grew up with a lot of good kids around me, and then someone just fell off. And they look at me today and they say, "Oh, at least you went
Well,
you
some
went
of
all the
them
way."
that might have been better than you back then.
That's what I mean.
And today they're
A lot
not
of people,
here.
but even if you're better, it matters who does it more. Because you can be more talented, but if you don't work hard and stay dedicated, what good is it?
Yeah.
True.
Quaresma was probably more talented than Cristiano Ronaldo skills wise and that.
Yeah, I agree, man.
But Ronaldo was the hard work went
That's
in.
what I mean.
didn't
That's what I mean.
We can't say anyone.
That's why Jordan
can't
was
say
one of
that
the
with
best.
Messi.
it? Yeah, it's the hard work and dedication,
Yeah.
mate.
Are you into basketball?
I like basketball. I like watching.
Okay, go on. Jordan or LeBron?
I like Jordan.
No, not what you like. Who do you think's better? Well, you're gonna say Jordan because you like him, but
Jordan fan.
Listen,
from
every one of these guys, every one of these guys.
statistically, I'm a hardcore Michael Jordan, by the way. You know, growing up, obviously watching the Space Jam.
I don't know in
blah, blah.
specifics, but I like.
And with my
I'm-
brothers
I'm-
all into the basketball, I've even
Yeah.
like been into it,
Yeah.
in and out of it, sort of thing. You know, the Jordan documentary, you've seen it,
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Last
Last
Dance.
Dance,
You know, Scottie Pippen.
That made me even bigger fan of his.
Rodman.
Yeah.
All these
Guys,
guys.
to win in it.
But I'll be straight. All these guys, they got their game from Michael Jordan. Even when
Even
they say,
LeBron,
even when they say Kobe Bryant,
even
Yeah,
Shaq.
with that
Kobe
equals
Bryant's not
with
going to
it.
sit there and say I'm better than
No,
Jordan. But they say everything you
I
get,
think
you see from me, you get from him. So-
LeBron's touch is not there, but
Not far off.
not far off.
Yeah, please, Nana stay.
LeBron, man.
He can't touch Michael Jordan.
No, he's not going to touch Michael Jordan, but he's still.
The impact that
He's one of the
Michael Jordan,
greats, but
MJ had.
he's not that great, like Michael Jordan great.
No.
He's not had that
He'll be
impact.
number two. He'll be number two goal, I think.
To be great, you got to have every factor. Michael
Bruv,
Jordan had
man
it
won
all.
6 in 6. He never lost the championship, NBA championship final, bro. LeBron's 3 to 9.
Yeah.
His record.
Yeah.
I know my stats. Akhi.
I think you're the stats master.
Even Kobe Bryant, he played like there's so many
Yeah,
similarities.
they copied
But he
everything,
said,
yeah.
people said I take Jordan 1-on-1. If you do, if you don't, you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what you get from Kobe Bryant,
mentality.
you get it from Jordan, man.
Yeah, he's the
He
root.
goes, I've got his skills. I've asked him for so many tips, so and so. You never seen Jordan asking Kobe for tips.
True.
Who's your biggest inspiration in life and boxing?
In life and boxing.
Oh, any question I ask has got to be both.
I never really thought about that, to be honest.
Take your time. There's no rush.
We talking the last 3 hours.
It's all right.
No, I don't know. I can't actually tell you, to be honest.
In boxing, who's inspired you?
I say Muhammad Ali has.
Okay.
Mayweather as well.
Yeah.
Because you know why?
Shall
At
we
the
go
end,
to that? Shall we start that now?
No,
We do
but-
the Michael Jordan and that. CR7 and Messi.
Yeah.
LeBron. We do the Michael Jordan and LeBron. Mayweather Pacquiao.
Mayweather.
Mayweather all day. baby.
Pacquiao, because do you know what it is as well? Mayweather's more flashy, but he's helped a lot of people out which you don't know about.
Right, guys, I think this is where I call it Q. We are going offline now. Joe, I'm joking, by the way. Joe's not even there. Yeah, but Manny Pacquiao, look, the guy was 35. He cherry picks his
Yeah,
fights,
but
no?
look at the resume, man. Just look at Floyd's
Okay,
resume.
50 and 0. And what?
And look
look at
the fight is his fault.
Joe Louis.
Yeah.
And
Bruv, look
achievement
at
wise,
Sugar Ray Robinson.
No, but as a-
124 and 0.
as a black
Or he had
as a
one
black
loss or
man
whatever.
figure, he walked away from his contract with the promoter. Yeah, and they laughed at him, bro. Floyd Mayweather. They walked away from his
Highest paid
contract.
athlete today.
Yeah. He walked away. He says, "Listen, I'm gonna go my own way."
Yeah, okay,
And he did
okay.
it,
I'm
mate.
talking
He
boxing.
did.
I'm
Yeah,
not
but this
talking
isn't
about outside
boxing,
the
I'm
boxing
talking
ring.
about his
I'm
achievement.
talking about, okay, yeah.
If you're
that's his-
talking fights and harder fights, there's Mayweather did it more business strategy than legacy strategy at first. You know what I mean? Like but Mayweather did fight the hardest fights earlier on. Look when he fought
Why didn't you
Castillo,
fight Pacquiao then?
Corrales.
Canales.
Why didn't you fight Pacquiao then?
I don't know. Ask him.
Because you know what?
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Pacquiao and your boy Messi love getting, you know what I mean? Drugged up.
But Pacquiao, in all fairness, didn't want to take
please,
the test.
Test.
You can bring drugs into it now.
That's it. The test.
He didn't want to take the test.
He didn't want to take the test.
Pacquiao didn't want to take the
Manny
test.
Pacquiao did not want to take the test, the blood test and the urine sample. That's why
Mayweather said, if you take the test, I'll
if
fight
you
you.
take the test, if you're clean fighter, we'll fight.
He goes, "Oh, I feel dizzy after
And
I
he said
take it."
5 years before the fight, when I beat Pacquiao, they're gonna say he's the smaller man or the bigger one and all that. So come on. So the common thing here on this episode is Lionel Messi was on growth when he was a younger lad.
He's bringing that one up again.
Manny Pacquiao's on steads and Floyd Money Mayweather is natural. So we've got a natural athlete here. We like the natural gang. Look, for example, my dad does bang.
Natural
Has
athlete,
been
remember
telling my
that?
whole life they do bang.
Big Palwan and
Yeah,
that,
big Palwans, doing bang. But guess what? They're all juiced up as well.
Ajib Palwan.
They're all getting juiced up now, so it's not a fair sport, is it? For the record. So.
And for the record, I'm naturally clean.
Exactly. For the record.
Yeah. I tell you why. I took a drug test in the Louis Lin fight. Clean as a whistle.
Clean as a whistle, mate.
No, I don't doubt you.
No, but that's
Just some people in it.
Yeah, let him doubt, man. Let him doubt. Forget him, bro.
So,
But listen,
pleasure having this, brother. Honestly,
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
what's been your hardest challenge in life?
In life, as is being a man of the house and doing what I do every day. But it don't get hard. It gets harder, but you get stronger, so you keep going.
But Allah only doesn't
You know what I
put
mean?
you through something that you won't be able to handle and burden and not get through it. So
What's your hardest boxing challenge?
Boxing challenge. It's when I had 1 or 2 injuries when I was a kid, and it took me out of boxing for 2-3 years at a time.
Wow.
And, I'm not going to say what it is because I'll tell you after. But for me, that's what kept me out of boxing for ages, because it puts your body strength back to zero.
yeah,
And it's so hard. It's so hard to even reach to that level of fitness when you're used to being up there. And that getting back to fitness and sparring and getting your body stronger, and that could break a man. You know what I mean? So it's either do or die there. And it's at that level where you think, is it worth it?
What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? I like chicken.
Chicken, man, bro. I love chicken.
What, grilled or fried?
Grilled.
Grilled, man.
I don't eat fried, man.
Yeah, this guy, bro. You get him on every week.
Listen, you look like a fried chicken. You know what you on about, bruv? He looks like a grilled chicken. You look like a fried one. Look, just look.
I like steak. I like steak as well. I like steak as well.
I'm a bit of both. If I said fried, bruv, you know what? They're going to make some right jokes out of this, bro. Joking aside, yeah? What's your favourite car?
Car.
Dream car?
Dream car. I'd probably say BMW E30 M3.
He's a Beamer, proper Beamer.
He's got Beamer now.
Yeah, no, but he's a Beamer.
I've got E36 as well, you know, but I like the E30, the one with circle lights at the front. M3, I'd want one of them. That's one of my dream cars. And Cullinan, I'd say.
Who's
For
your
now.
favourite Islamic speaker?
There's a guy, man, I go to his mosque on Friday.
For God's sake, Nazim. You're my cousin.
I'm having a laugh with you, you know.
Yeah,
you know.
Nah, it's you, man.
You
It's you,
never know,
man.
you might have thrown it.
Why do you think I come here, man?
If you said Mufti Bank, it'd be funny as hell.
I don't listen to him, to be honest.
My G comes listens to me and that.
That's alright.
I see his little quotes on Twitter or Facebook or whatever it comes on, but I don't really like.
Yeah. But I mean, can relate. That's what it is. You know, even when we first met, he just says, I can relate to you. You don't look down or whatever. And that's all we've ever tried
You understand
to
what we go
relate
through,
to.
innit? For a 50, 60-year-old man who lived back then.
He wouldn't.
You
He
know,
wouldn't see that.
Were you
bruv.
talking cups on a string? He'd probably think then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what, brother? It's been honestly a pleasure. having
Yeah,
you
no,
on.
thank you
I
for
think
having me.
I think there's so much still to explore about you, man.
Yeah,
We've just not. I don't think we've touched the tip of the iceberg, and I believe, let's do a deal.
Yeah.
Inshallah, the day you become a world champion, we do another podcast after that.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
What you saying, my G?
Yeah, I'm down. 100%.
That's if I'm still doing podcasts.
Inshallah.
If we're still here, Naz, God willing,
Inshallah.
but there's so much insight because you're up and coming. I pray that you're touching that stardom, you're touching that big break. It's not far off. You work hard, you remain humble, you remain grounded.
Yeah.
You be the man with the principles that you have, that you said that you
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
But then to really do what you love doing best, which is to become that legacy. For you, it's not money ain't the motivation. These things come after. These come part of the package. But I want to go down in boxing folklore of being in the featherweight or the
best.
next.
Yeah.
I stamped my
That's it. Yeah.
authority on the game.
Yeah.
They knew that who Amin Jahanzeb was, who the real AJ is.
Yeah.
No, his AJ is a good guy as well, man.
His name starts with the O, you know.
Yeah.
Olufemi, Joshua. So the real AJ, if you want to go
Yeah,
there,
I think this
my
is the
initials
real
are. You know what I mean?
They are Amin Jahanzeb.
But I never like put it out there like call me this because I don't want to be taking his thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
he's a
you've
bigger name,
never
so
said
that's fine.
AJ.
No, never said it.
No, that's not you. You just Amin.
Few people say it, but
What
I
do
don't
they call it? Amin the? You know,
I
like
don't have a nickname.
Ricky the.
Do you have one?
No, I don't.
Like Ricky the Hitman had.
No, I don't have it.
Floyd Money Mayweather.
No, I don't. I
You
don't
need
have
to
a
choose
nickname.
one, man.
It's just
Pac-Man,
I'm just
Pacquiao.
me.
I know, but you know
But you know what it is?
what word
It's-
reflects you? Money is, Mayweather is money.
No, but he was pretty boy before that because he never used to get hit.
Oh, no.
But shall I be honest with you?
Smart
It's
boy.
easier to
But like
choose
you,
a
yeah.
nickname, yeah? It's easier to choose a nickname if you're like a toe-to-toe warrior type fighter or you're like an aggressive
Yeah.
guy. It's easier to choose a nickname then. But I'm more calculated and
I mean, alhamdulillah, Jahanzeb. That would be a good one, alhamdulillah. Yeah, Habib on the pro.
I mean the class, Jahanzeb.
the professor.
the professor.
But is that how you see yourself now in
The
terms of boxing?
professor.
No,
Well,
on the jokes aside, do you feel like you're a student of the art?
Yeah,
Do you
100%.
study the game
Yeah, 100%.
all the time?
All the time.
Do you ever put your foot on the next man's toes and jab?
Yeah,
Have you done that?
yeah,
You know that one, yeah?
yeah.
I know that.
I've done a lot more, but I'm not telling people my tricks.
Oh, you can't do that. What about all the, the Prince Nassim aspect of it? When you come in, the flamboyance,
Drop the shoulder.
the mantra.
Do you know what?
Some people might say it's overconfidence, arrogance, but what, you'll drop your shoulder, you'll drop your hands, you'll
That's
stick your
just me
tongue
in
out.
general. I've always been like that. Anything that I do,
Cheeky.
even when I play football, I'm known for doing a lot of skills and tricks and stuff like that. So that's
You need to
just
get
me in
five-a-side
general.
on, man.
That's before I probably even watched Prince Nassim since I was being a kid. I was doing these little tricks and this, that, the other, so-
Flamboyance is part
Yeah.
of your repertoire.
But to be honest, like it's the way I come across. Like sometimes I'm confident. I'll never disrespect people. Do you know what I mean? But I like to trash talk a little bit because it gives me that competitive edge. Me, I do it. My dad does it. My mum does it. My sister
It's
does
in
it.
your blood.
It's in my family. We all do it. Do you know what I mean? Even though over the stupidest of little things, we do it. It's that thing because if I say I'm gonna do something to you, I have to do it.
It's competitive.
Because
edge.
me and my brother, we play basketball, we play this, that, the other. Just me and him, one-on-one a lot of times, right? And we be talking the most trash. But it's like, if I say it, I have to live up to it now. So then that gives me that extra thing. Because like, to this Louis fight, I said, you're not going to outbox me, you're not going to knock me out. And that's what, it didn't happen.
Yeah, and he ticked
and
them both them.
that made me go to sleep every night thinking, you know what? I'm going to do this and it ain't going to happen. I've said it now, I'm going to go do it. So that's one of them things. Like I said, push myself in and just swim from there.
Yeah, man.
Guys, just a quick one. There's a vote on the podcast live right now in the comment section. What would you like to? What podcast would you like next? Social illnesses, Islamic subjects, sporting topics. A special guest. Send your vote in. Share the podcast. Let people know we're active every 2 weeks. Every 14 to 21 days. We're
Don't
doing
be
a
shy.
podcast.
Just write in. I see everywhere I've been going, man. Loads of people, alhamdulillah, have been showing loads of support about the podcast, saying, we're really enjoying it, enjoy watching it. You're breaking it down with Imam Saab. Loads of people. Honestly, I'm not even just making that up.
Yeah.
But just feel free. Don't be shy, man. Just drop in some comments. Drop the likes. Reach out if you've got any suggestions. I told you from the first episode. Just pop up, man. Shout it out, and we'll bring it up.
Short-term goals this year, 2022. Where do you want to be by December?
I want to have a title.
Another title fight.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I want to
Next
be a
5
title
years.
holder. Next fight, I'll be world champion way before that. Inshallah.
By 30.
Yeah, way before that. Yeah. I look at the bigger picture, but obviously I know it's step at a time.
That's what I'm
you know what I
asking.
mean?
That's what
That's
I'm
it.
asking. You need to know.
No doubt. That's it. If I'm not thinking, if I don't want to be that, I might as well stop. That's what I put myself in. And if when people offer me fights or offer this and say, "Can you beat this guy?" So if I can't beat that guy, I might as well stop boxing. Clearly, innit? If you're not planning to be the best, what's the point in doing it?
No,
Simple,
inshallah.
innit?
Like I said to you, when I've seen, I'm a big boxing fan. I've always loved boxing.
Yeah.
I used to watch. My dad's always been a boxing fan. I used to watch Tyson back in the day. Stay away from him. Then when they first come to England, they used to watch Ali in the cafes.
Yeah.
But boxing, I mean, whether the Bave says halal or whatever. But I don't even think it's the Bave saying. I think it's these new younger generations.
I'll be watching it.
They'll be
Watching worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, but it's good, man. What do you want to say to the viewers, man? Just your own, whatever reflection, life, whatever. What you've given some good advice, man. Especially to the youngsters, man. I'm
I
gonna
just
be
want to say,
pushing.
do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. If you can get a career out of it and earn money from it, even better. If you don't, all best of luck with it. You can only, if you're happy, then you're happy. What can you say? You got some
Happiness is
people
key,
that
yeah.
don't even earn that much money and they're still happy because they got a passion for
Happiness is key.
it. Happiness is key.
As long as you're happy.
And
yeah.
be good to people. And for your sake, I'll say, do your prayers.
Don't do it my sake of that.
No, I'm only joking.
No,
Yeah, man.
I'll do that myself. I'll remind them, but no, it's
Make
it's
your Lord happy,
important.
make your family happy,
Good.
make
Good.
yourself happy. Do you know what I mean?
Good. That's good.
And don't be
Azim,
put off.
What's that?
what shall we do? Shall we conclude? I mean, we could
I
go
think
on and
we
on
could-
and that, but
we
it's,
could sit here till 10 o'clock in the morning with this, brother, and just keep going. But I think, yeah, man, let's all the best for the future,
Yeah,
brother.
thank you.
And Bradford's behind you. You're
Yeah,
you're putting Bradford on the map, I
100%.
believe.
100%.
yeah.
He's representing us, man. And I think it's about time, man. About time, because all the out of town.
I'm mentioning it everywhere, man. I'm mentioning it everywhere.
You know
everywhere
what
I
I
go.
mean?
From
About
Bradford, I'm
time,
from
Bradford.
Bradford.
Yeah.
Bradford. Oh, they got nice food up there. They
Yeah,
got nice
yeah,
cars
yeah,
up there.
yeah.
I go, now you got me up there. So you better keep watching.
I like that. That's
Yeah, it's just that. You have to represent now.
good.
Yeah, no, alhamdulillah.
You got to
it's
think
good,
of the
man.
bigger picture, B.
I'm glad, man.
Don't sell yourself short.
No, never.
Know your worth.
If you come from here and you can actually make something, all the other kids think, you know what, I can be something too. I'm not where I want to be yet, but even still now at this short level, I got little kids looking up to me, and that's still a lot for them. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my
every bit counts.
Every little bit counts, man.
What age do you think is the best age to start boxing? My Abdul he's throwing left and right at the moment, mate. He's
Whatever age, as long as you know when to control it. Some kids you teach them boxing at a young age, you go nursery start beating kids up. But yeah, whatever age, you teach you discipline. The earlier the better.
Good.
If you know you can hurt someone, you're not going to purposely do it.
Absolutely.
True.
And if you do that, you're not going to have a good career, really.
No.
Right
But I
there.
think on that note,
It's been
we
a pleasure.
conclude. It's been an
Jazakallah,
absolute
Imam
pleasure.
Sahab.
I mean, tonight having you on, speaking to you was overdue, but we got there. We got there in the end.
Yeah.
It was good to tap in and talk and get your view and see your outlook, and just so refreshing to see, such a young man
Yeah.
growing up in the environment
Great to
and
see, man.
the backgrounds that we have, the difficulties we experience here in the streets and hearts of Bradford, to come out and be such a positive light, be something that's aspiring, a role model, an example. It's so refreshing and so good to see, and that's what this platform's for. Is for people like you
Thank you.
and others like you to come on and talk about their journeys, talk about their experiences, and talk about what they want in the future. Jazakallah khair. Thank you, my brother.
I respect it. Thank
And I pray and ask Allah that He blesses you with success and He protects you at all times. Protects you in your health, in your wealth, your family, your mother, your father, everyone. Just may you remain humble, grounded, and may you reach the goals and dreams and successes that you aspire to. And in it, I'll just give you one advice, my brother. If Allah's in this and you keep Him with you, bro, you'll never, ever, ever, ever be alone, bro.
Yeah.
All success, all strength, all power, all might comes from the Almighty. That is the bottom line.
Yeah, that's it.
There is nothing greater than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if we have that, we stick with that, you will. Ali, he says it, anyone who's touched the tip of iceberg of greatness will realize that the true greatness lies with only Allah. He's the greatest. There is nothing greater than Allah. Allahu Akbar means that.
Yeah.
And then we say, oh Allah, bless us with some greatness in what we do and what we are. And inshallah, we'll see you soon again.
Yeah, man, definitely.
This time we'll have a belt
Yeah, man.
around us and we'll be in a better setting and podcast and whatnot, and it'll be good. So Jazakallah, thank you, Amin.
Thank you.
Ameen.
Allah reward you. Guys, tune in to the next one. We'll see you then. We'll decide who we bring on, what we talk about. It'll be on our socials. Follow Amin. He's on Insta. He's on Twitter. He's on TikTok as well. And likewise, follow Nazim, myself, us. We're out here doing it. We're keeping it real. We're trying to be as best as we can on these platforms. Let's talk with Imah. We'll be back again.